what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. Who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? We coming in here. We back. You know how we do it every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. Starting on time today, right at 9 a.m. Let me mute the line of my special guest because I do got a special guest in here real quick. He on the road, truck driving, getting it in. Out here getting it in. But hey, everybody, got a great show for you today. We got a anti-child support advocate in the building. I normally play an intro song right now to give people time to come in, but I just got monetized, so I'm trying to limit myself from playing music that's going to get it demonetized. So we doing that. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how it work. Y'all see the super chat. At least the super chat should be open, should be intact. There it is right there. Y'all see the super chat. Yeah, no, hold on. I'm messing up. Already made my first unforced error. All right, here we go. Had to mute my line, and somebody already came right through with a super chat. I see that. I appreciate you, brothers. Let's see. Let me hit the say what's up. Salute to the early bird squad, those that made it in here bright and early. Before we formally introduce our guest, Mr. Negative, the Negative Man came in with the first comment. Salute to you, the Mac the Trucker, who normally make it in first. Didn't quite get there first today, but salute to you all the same. My man, Stoic One, bang, bang. Let's see, no, bang, bang right there. Ricardo Rodney, D. Anderson. My man, Tavares Wiley hit me with the $5 cash app. D. Anderson in the building. Sugar G says, good morning, Bernard, and everyone joining the Grown Man Hour. And Anti-Gravity 74, what's up, and salute to all of y'all. One quick announcement that I gotta make. Special thanks to my newest Patreon, NYC Song Man, just became a Patreon. Salute to you. Got to give a special thanks, shout out, and salute to you. Just became a $10 Patreon. I appreciate you and all, I believe, 13 of the people that have signed up since I've been advertising my Patreon for the last 2 weeks. I've been saying for the longest that I'm about to have some content dropped on the Patreon, but I'm definitely getting that done today. I already got the video planned out, set up, and halfway done. So I'm going to be dropping some exclusive content on the Patreon just for the people that signed up to the Patreon. And there it is right there. It says, become a member of the team. There's all my Patreons flashing across the bottom. You can see them right there. But without further ado, we gotta introduce the man of the hour, Mr. Palmer, from the Facebook page called Fuck Child Support. He got a YouTube channel that he's trying to get growing here, trying to get the YouTube channel growing. But right now he's holding it down over on Facebook. Has 100,000 likes on Facebook, and so I just gotta pass the mic to him. Well, first question before we even
can you hear me?
What's up? Can you hear me? Yo, mic check. Can you hear me? Uh-oh, we got some complications. Hold on. Mr. Palmer, can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't think you can hear me. So I'm about to drop him all the way down. All right. So I just dropped him all the way down. I'm about to put the link back in the chat for him. That ain't good. We getting off to a bad start this morning. Getting off to a bad start. And about to send him a text message. This ain't good. This ain't good, fellas. This ain't good. Okay, he just took the link right back.
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you now. I couldn't hear nothing, bro. I had to.
Okay.
Yeah, I just logged off and logged back in.
Good. We got it figured out, man. That was we had a little moment there. I was doing my little intro riff, giving people time to come in, shouting out and saluting the people that made it in.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm running from this. Hey, bro, I'm running from this child support, but I ain't trying to run from y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, how everybody doing, man? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Glad to have you on here. Glad to have you on.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. You know, the more the merrier, man. I appreciate y'all support, man. Really, I do. It's real out here.
See Ty City in the building. He really the one that made all this happen today, because I didn't. I had casually heard about you, but I didn't know. I didn't research it or didn't look into it that much. But I did hear about you. But then when he had you on the show, I was all the way on board after he had you on the show.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ty City, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate him giving me the opportunity to come on the page. A lot of people didn't know, who I was, because a lot of people don't have Facebook. But then as I built on my Instagram, a lot of people on Instagram, so, and then some people still didn't know, you know what I mean? So I had to show my face, let them know, you know what I'm saying? It's me, Mr. Palm in the flesh, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. That's cool. But far as all this advocacy that you're doing on behalf of child support, and I just recently had a show where we was going in depth talking about child support. We was talking about the whether or not men should be able to do a financial abortion. I wasn't even 100% on board with that, but I understand the arguments. You know, I'm all about going in there fighting to get that custody, battling that beast.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? When it comes to that, I agree. I agree with fighting and going all the way to the very end. But it comes a time when you reach that point where you have to wash your hands and move on. Whether if you wash your hands and move on and try again, or whether you wash your hands and move on with your life. Because there's a lot of broken men out here that suffered behind the situation due to alienation, manipulating the child, being disowned by their child, getting their name tarnished and stained from a baby mama terrorist. And so I realized that, well, here's nothing. When it comes out to financial abortion, I'm with that too, because you got a lot of baby mama terrorists that only sees you as a meal ticket and got you on child support, but don't want you to be a father. And my thing is, I'm good enough to pay child support, but I ain't good enough to be a father. You have no jurisdiction, no reason why I'm alienated. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not an abuser. I'm not a criminal, nothing like that. But you want to alienate me due to personal reason or personal gain, you should get no child support. That's my opinion. If I can't co-parent and be a father and be a parent, you don't need my child support. You stay independent like you claim, and I'll move on my life.
Yeah, and that's where it's at for me, because my thing is, and I hear more of this. Like, for example, I worked with a guy. I did blue collar work. I was working on an assembly line with a guy. He was married, had 4 kids, 4 daughters. You know, and we wasn't making all that much. You know, we was doing average America. I think I say the average white man in America make about $50K. That's about what we was making on an assembly line, making about $50K. You know, working hard in steel toe boots, getting it in. He had 4 daughters, got a divorce. He got hit with close to $1,400 a month. Now you working overtime and get $50K. That $1,400 a month, you know, it's cutting
a lot of money, man.
It's cutting his net in half. So, you know, but and he accepted that, because he was like, hey, I'm just gonna get out of here after, you know, being on my feet and steel toes. He gonna say, like, I'm just gonna go to the barbershop and cut some hair and make a little extra K, just so I got some cash on me, because, you know, he knew how to cut hair. So he was okay with that. His biggest problem was seeing as he working all these extra hours to try to, you know, make sure that he can sustain himself while paying that $1,400 a month. The only thing he wanted is just to be able to go see his kids when he wanted to see them. you know, because he didn't have that much time. So if he got 2-3 hours, if he just wanted to go pick up his girls and just take them to get some ice cream on a random Tuesday, he just wanted to be able to do that. He couldn't take them. You couldn't take him to Disney World. He was like, I just want to pick them up, take them to go get some ice cream on a random Tuesday. Yeah, he had his weekend schedule, but you know, he wanted to be able. His biggest gripe was the fact that I'm paying all of this money, and keep in mind his ex-wife didn't really make no money. She was getting paid from one of the kids. One of the kids had some kind of disability or something like that, or so she was getting a little money for that, and she was getting a little money from somewhere else. She didn't work, you know, but the $1,400 she was getting from him, plus everything else that she was getting through, you know, whatever, you know how it go. And so,
I know.
That was how that was how she sustained herself, through money she didn't earn. But he was like, he was doing the work, giving them money to where they wasn't struggling. They wasn't struggling after that $1,400. That gave them the ability to really function. And so all he wanted is respect and the ability to be able to, not just on his weekend, because that's all he got is just his weekend. He wanted to just be able to go and see his girls when he felt like it, when he had a break in his 12-hour workday schedule. He just wanted to be able to go see him. And she wouldn't even give him that, just mad because the marriage didn't work out. And that's
right. And that's a baby mama terrorist. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And this goes on more than you know. The problem is a lot of men don't say nothing. They don't speak up on it because, one, they think that, you know, they the only people's going through it. Two, they believe that, you know, they don't want to make it no worse than what it got to be, which it doesn't matter. You don't say nothing, you're a deadbeat. You say something, you still a deadbeat.
Right.
My thing is we have to start calling it out. You know what I mean? Because of my platform, a lot of men did not realize that this really exists. A lot of women too. A lot of people thought it was just them. They felt alone, hurt, prone to doing suicide, you know, contemplating on suicide and also contemplating on murder. And this is real out here. And these courts do not give a damn about the kid. It's all about the money. It's a $51 billion corporation. It's not about the best interest of the kid. It's not about the most best fit. It's about the most benefit to the government.
Now, you said it's a corporation. That's something I wanted to get into, because I asked you, because I hear a lot of people saying it's a slush fund for the government, for the state.
It is.
So explain that one. I honestly didn't start hearing about that until I got here in these spaces. I still haven't heard anybody fully flesh it out and explain it. So explain exactly, how is it a slush fund for the state? How did that work?
Okay, let's talk about the history, where it started from. Child support was created to help white women.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in the day, women weren't allowed to work, vote, and all that. So a lot of military dudes who went out to war, went overseas and everything, who was married with kids, they didn't come back home. So child support was created to help them, right? And which was only right. So I understand that. But as time go on, you know, let's go to society now. Women are able to get jobs, opportunities, much better. They're making money. But a lot of women and a lot of men are not being married. They unwed. So now remind you, back then, like in the 60s, it was opportunity to get the man out the house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so many women applying for child support and alimony, but I used to talk mostly the child support. The government seen it was a real benefit because, like I say, it was for married women. But then they changed it for whoever wanted to come in and just file for child support, regardless what the reason is, legit, not legit, we're going to make our money. And because of that, it became a profit. And if you look up statistics, it's the most, out of all courts, that's the most, I'm going to say the richest courts in the world is family court. $51 billion industry. And the sad part about it is they look upon using the baby mama terrorists to get the money from. Majority of men, 85% men are paying child support and being non-custodial parent versus the 15% of women that are non-custodial and paying child support. It's a gender bias system. If y'all notice, for all the guys who in the chat box who tried to get equal parenting time, they get equal parenting time, they still paying child support. Why is that? Because it's a benefit for the government. I know a brother right now, like I told Ty City, he was paying $2.50 a month in child support because he had equal parenting time, and they both made about the same amount of money. And these scavengers are so greedy that they took $2.50 from him for child support because that's how greedy they are. And
they hide that under, well, it's a calculation and we just do the calculation and whatever it comes up with, that's what it comes up with. Because I went in there and and fought my ass off for custody. I think I lost initially during the divorce. I didn't get what I wanted.
Well, let me ask you this: what was the reason why they didn't allow it? Because I mean, you was married, you've been in the child's life. Why would they turn around and not get like honor that? I think it's automatically be 50-50 equal parenting.
That was my argument. That was literally my argument. I thought it would be an open shut slam dunk case.
Right.
Because I'm like, all these kids, they were born into the marriage. I deliberately bought a house 3 minutes away from her to make the co-parenting process easier. And I had the kids more than her after the separation.
They don't care about that.
She went down there lying and crying.
Right.
And she got what she wanted. And then I had to come back and the amount of evidence that I had to bring to the table just to prove that I should be treated equally. It was I had to come in there with an orgy of evidence. Like I had to, like, basically every day that they were with me when they were supposed to be with her, I took a picture of them with a date camera with the month, date, time, and year in the corner of the picture. Took a picture of my kids with a date camera. Every night they spent the night with me when they were supposed to spend the night with her, I took a picture of them while they were sleeping. I logged everything on the calendar. I put that shit in Excel, all the dates that they were, all the percentages, and I showed that I had them practically, I had them almost just slightly more overnights than her, but the amount of days that they were with me that they didn't spend the night. Because at first she was playing the game of she gonna let them be with me all day, but she gonna pick them up right before bedtime so she can, so she can take credit for the overnight. She was smart with it. She was crafty. So
baby mama Terrence is very smart.
Yeah, and so it was. So I had to come in there with so much evidence just to.
Well, let me ask you this. But why do you have to go through all this great list in order to get equal parenting time? That's my question. Like, what do you think? Because I didn't win mine. So what I'm saying, why you feel that you had to, why do you think they gave it to you this time versus before? Or why you feel that you have to go through all this basically war? Why you go through all this war and all this, undercover and all in the trenches? Because that's what you was doing.
Yeah. 2 years worth of doing that shit. Because at first when I did it, they said, well, because it was only like a few months of evidence, and they were saying, oh, well, you could have just been keeping the kids more just to try to come in here and show some evidence. I was like, okay, I'm about to go in the hole and pay child support for kids that I'm raising for 2 years and come in there with 2 years worth of evidence and drop that shit on the desk. Now what? We said, why did I have to go through all that? I take it you circling it back to the to the whole slush fund thing. They want to be
exactly
able to get their money.
Exactly. See, there you go. Now, mind you married. Now, a lot of people want to make excuses. Well, y'all weren't married, so you unwedded, so she got more rights. Okay, fine. Let's talk about the ones that's been married.
Real quick. I got to shout out my man Terrence B. Thanks for the super chat or super sticker. Hey, I'm new to this monetized shit. I don't even know what the hell a super sticker is, but thank you.
I heard that.
I don't even know what the fuck a super sticker is.
Hey, I can't say that. I'm gonna start my YouTube this week. I got a lot to learn myself. I had nothing to say with that, bro.
You know what a super chat is, but hold on, while we're taking a quick little break in the action, let's see. We got 101 people watching. I'm only seeing 43 likes. Yeah, let's get these likes up. Let's get the likes up, fellas. Come on, that's a little ridiculous. I ain't got it like that. Like those people that be like O'Shea could sit there and say if his likes ain't right, he can just go on mute and say I ain't talking again until y'all get.
Hey, is O'Shea in the building? I think it's O'Shea in the building. O'Shea Duke Jackson, my man. I appreciate him a lot, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. That's my brother.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there
I'm waiting for his phone to hey nigga, I'm waiting for your phone to get fixed.
I done seen O'Shea, a lot of the vets in the game that have been doing this for a while. They could pull that on they listeners. They can they can threaten them with the likes. I ain't got it like that where I can just threaten them. Like I'm gonna pull the plug on this shit if y'all don't give me them likes. I can't do that yet. I
know that's right. I heard that.
Yeah, I get them likes up.
I heard that.
Get them likes up. But thanks, Terrence B, for that. And real quick, since we got more people in here, I do want to do another formal thanks and shout out to NYC Song Man becoming a new Patreon. Came in at the $10 level on the Patreon. I appreciate that. So I want to, invite other people to join the team, become a Patreon. And there's all the Patreons that people that have signed up thus far. I appreciate all of your brothers and sisters. Couple sisters signed up. I appreciate that. So yeah. Oh, and if you become a Patreon and you don't want to see your name floating across the screen because you want to be incognito, just let me know. Just email me after you become a Patreon. I won't put it out there. But everybody else, I'm gonna salute you and shout you out on the show. But okay, we're talking about that slush fund. So now I was sitting on, I was naive enough to think that somehow in the head of judges, the whole court system, that they honestly believed that it's in the best interest of the kids to be with the mom or whatever. I was thinking that they ignorantly thought that, but it ain't even
no.
It's not that they honestly believe that. It's just that they know that they can justify and get minimum back.
Yes.
They if they throw the kids with the mom, fit or unfit, and make the dad.
Yep. Yes.
So that
I know plenty of brothers that they got stable homes, good jobs, and stable. Matter of fact, one of my guys, he's a lieutenant, police officer, and he got divorced, got 4 boys, and he became a non-custodial parent. And the sad part is she was going from house to house. She wasn't stable. And when he went back and tried to fight that, the judge said, why are you trying to put more strain on her than she already, going through? He made excuses for her. Now, this is Illinois. So that's what I'm saying. It's not about the best interests of the kid. And he paying $3,000 a month. So do you think that the courts want to cut that off? The courts don't want to cut that off. It's a money game. That's what I say. When it started, it was a benefit for married white women. And then as time go on, most people not married, and they seen so many people coming, for this child support. And like I say, majority of it's for failed relationships. It's not because, hey, this guy, he don't want to be a father and he don't want to be active in his child's life. Majority of it is based off failed relationships. And a lot of these baby mama terrorists and these blue pill simps will sit back and argue with me and tell me that's not the case. And it's a fact. Because if that's the case, why is all these men's rights groups coming up? Why is it everybody hollering 50-50 equal parenting? Because when I ask a lot of these baby mama terrorists, okay, well, why not do equal parenting time? Then they shut their mouth, or they say, you just hate women. You just hate black women. You just a hater. You must have mama issues. You must have daddy issues. I had both parents in my life. Well, you just mad. Okay, well, I should not be mad if I'm getting treated unjust. Should not be angry. Should not come. No, they want me to shut my mouth. And that's why I made that platform, because we need to stop shutting our mouths and call this thing out. And maybe in due time, somebody with some power, with some good monetizing, can help make change. But one thing we got to do, we have to start. Probably we don't talk real. That's me. That's the problem.
Oh no, you dropping off for us. You kind of faded out for a second.
That's not the problem.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you dropped off for a second. Yeah, back up to about a sentence.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. I don't think you can hear me. So yeah, we're going to do that drop down, and yep. So you already know the routine. Yeah, he on the road right now, so he probably gonna be dropping off and dropping on periodically. But I'm about to put the link back in the chat if you don't got that already. Let's see. Oh, there you go. You already came back. All right, mic check. Okay, check cool. All right, you dropped off again, but all right. So we back. Let's see. Yeah, where was you at? Back up about a sentence.
Oh, basically, I was just saying that the problem is, as men, we don't stick together. We won't talk about it. We won't call it out. A lot of them are scared to call it out. A lot of them feel that they don't want to make it worse than they have to be, and a lot of them just scared, and we can't.
Well,
we have to call it out.
Here's my thing on that. When you said somebody with some power that could do something and blah blah blah, this or that. One thing that I always say, and this is what I don't understand. It's rich white Republicans who got politicians in their back pocket who, if they agree with us on, child custody laws and child support laws, they the ones getting tore out the frame because they got all the money to lose. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
So I don't understand I don't understand why whenever these discussions are happening, it seems like they're always happening at the grassroots level. And it's never like the people that got the people that's getting fucked over, that got the money and pull and influence to really make a difference. It's like they silent on the issue. Like, what's up with that part? God damn it! I just asked $1 million question and I think he dropped off again.
No, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. What's up with that? Did you hear me?
No, I heard you. The thing is, in my opinion, like, okay, I'm gonna go to the politicians and these governors who can make change. A lot of, when it comes to these votes, they support the people that come as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
As you see that the feminist movement came as a whole, way more now than ever. The Me Too movement, they came up as a whole, and now they looked at. You look at the alphabet community, they came as a whole, and they took it serious. The thing is, you got to make these politicians with power make a move, and we need to come together. We're not fully together yet. You got, because like I say, you got these beta pill simps
mm-hmm.
that goes against even what we discussed today and make excuses. And the thing is, until we come together as one, separate our differences, because I be trying to tell a lot of black people that it's not just us getting screwed by the system. White man getting screwed, black man getting screwed, Mexican man's getting screwed. Hell, I know Indian guys getting screwed by the system up in India. So we as men have to come as a whole to make them say, oh, well, I better make a move because these cats for real vote. You know what I'm saying? They're going with the highest bidder. If they not getting that vote from you, what they gonna do? Why would they do anything for you? Now, of course, they're against it, but they are not gonna move until the majority rule. That's just the way it is. It's fucked up, but that's just how it go. And as far as these guys with the money, they got power. When you go against something like child support, they could lose something. If they got business and stuff like that, and the majority is women, or they're gonna lose a high clientele. Like, for example, I posted a video about Aries Spears on Instagram and on Facebook, and he talked about child support on Vlad TV months ago. And because he talked about it, he lost gigs because of some female executives that didn't like what he said about the child support, by being gender biased and not fair, and it hurts the man. Same thing is when Vlad posted a video about that, a lot of the females went against it. And so that's what I'm saying. You have a conversation with a lot of people about this, you'll be surprised who will go against you. Your own mama go against you when it comes to this child support. Yes, your own mother. Because 9 out of 10, she was a baby mama terrorist, and you didn't even realize it. She eliminated your dad. That's why he wasn't in the picture. Or that's why he ran off. Or that's why you didn't see him till you got grown. Because I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious, bro. Bro, there's so many fathers that I talk to that tells me that their own mama went against them, and all they doing is trying to fight for what's right. And I told them the reason why she's going against you because she was a baby mama terrorist. Even though she raised you good, she treated you good, gave you what you want, everything, she was a baby mama terrorist. Then when they talked to their daddy, found out that he was paying child support. Found out that she alienated him from him and everything. This is real. This baby mama terrorism is real, bro. And they hate me because I'm calling it out. When it comes to family court and child support, you better not talk about that. That's a sin. You just go along to get along. We got to change that mindset. Change the laws in our mind. Because if not, these young people in the future, the young ones, they're gonna fall into the same trap. We gotta change the narrative, bro.
Wow, you said a lot there. It was a lot I wanted to respond to in there. I probably had to circle back to some of that, but right now I do.
I'm sorry, man. I'm on that fire, man.
No, you good. That's why when somebody get on a good rant, I normally get my pencil and start writing, because I remember to come back to it. Because I ain't gonna interrupt a good rant when you get going. I'm gonna let that snowball keep rolling downhill.
It's real, man. It's real, bro.
But no, I do gotta take a quick pause in the action. I gotta do two major shout outs. The first one is my man Perfect Blackness just became a Patreon. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I gotta do a huge, I'm gonna have to make a whole new banner so it can scroll across the screen. But my man Harry Allen, my biggest supporter, always shout him out all the time, just became a $25 Patreon. I need some technology, so I can push the little button to make the I ain't got none of that going on, but I got to get some of that going on. But yeah, Harry Allen just became a $25 Patreon. Got to get a banner scrolling across the screen for that. I appreciate you, brothers, and all your support. Had to stop the show for a second. Got to shout out and salute the brothers who support the show to keep the wheels turning around here, turning this into a nice, fine, oiled, well-tuned machine. I appreciate all of you. Oh, man. Where was we at? Okay. Oh, shit. David Monroe said, women are praised for killing babies. All I want to do is walk away, shaking my head. Goddamn. Hey, I was mentioning Zero in the chat. I did think about him. I don't know if you listen in Zero, but this is one that I would like to get Zero's perspective on, if he listening, or if I could find him when I open this up. I do want his perspective, because one thing that Mr. Palmer was just talking about here, he was talking about getting the vote. I mean, basically mobilizing, coming together, and doing all of that. The downside to that is, and as he mentioned, it's so many, blue pill, beta male, beta cuck, simp, whatever we calling them nowadays. Maggles, I don't know what the fuck, whatever the word is for them, whatever the word of the day.
Anything that's anti-man, bro.
Yeah. So because
anti-man.
But I think the problem is, because it's so many of them, that even when we put boots to the ground, the amount of us that do take a stand against, the amount of us that do take a stand against this shit, between the women, as Zero always points out, they got 51% of the vote. So you can almost rest assured that damn near all of them is going to be against it. And you can damn near rest assured at least 50, probably 75% of men are going to be siding with those women. So is that the crux of why it's a futile effort whenever we start, trying to have a serious talk about, okay, well, let's do this or let's do that? Is that what it's coming down to?
Yes, a lot of guys go along to get along because they so thirsty to try to get them draws.
Pussy, yeah.
Yeah, try to get them draws. I'm gonna say it in a nicer way, but that's what it be about, man. And you got some that was raised by a project of single motherism, and because of what they went through, they feel that since my daddy wasn't around and he was a deadbeat and he didn't want to be involved, they feel the same way the baby mama terrorists feel, because they manipulate them to think that. But until they realize that they going on child support, they alienate from their kids. I know I talked to a couple brothers who was raised by a single mom, a piece of shit single mom, and they didn't see the light until they went through it.
Mm-hmm.
See, sometimes people learn the hard way.
I can speak to that because I did a stream. It's actually highlighted on my channel. It's called "I Used to Be the Cleanup Man," because when I got married to to a woman who had a child. She had a 15-month-old, and I was on some blue pill beta all you could probably pin all those words on me if you can go back to 19-year-old me. You probably could. Me in my 20s, all you can, everything that they call me in, that be pushing back against these kind of conversations, you probably could apply all that to the old me. Definitely. Now, what I didn't see, because it still was some, okay, let me explain it like this and not try to drag people through the mud. The biological father of the kid that I was a stepfather to, he was on some bullshit. He had a criminal record. He had some issues to where he was on some fuckery. But at the same time, for whatever reason, it wasn't until towards the end of me and her marriage, I couldn't see her fuckery. I couldn't see how she was antagonizing the issue. I couldn't see how, yeah, he was on some bullshit, but I was blind to how she was doing extra shit to make it more difficult for him. She was putting barriers in place, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. I mean, she was the woman.
But you know what, brother?
She was the innocent victim, and I just had to protect that woman. And I wasn't. It's so much shit, and I'm not gonna give him a full free pass because he was on some bullshit too. But it was a lot of shit that me right now would have nipped in the bud and got straightened out. But you don't see it when you in it and when you got that mindset. So yes, a lot of dudes are just gone. Like we got to snatch them out the matrix.
But a lot of time, brother, we just don't know. I'm be honest, something, and that's because lack of fathers, because you was around your mother or around your grandmother, and that's what happened when you don't have both parents. That's why I'm down for the equal parenting, because you need both parents. And sometimes you do have both parents, you still just don't know. Sometimes it's just like that, man. And you 19, I mean, hell, how would you know?
Yeah, no, it was so much fuckery that man, it was. I ain't even about to get into it. I did a 40-minute stream where I talked about it. I talked about how I used to be the cleanup man and a lot of the bullshit that was in it, and that's probably as deep as I don't know. I be pulling punches. I be up here pulling punches. Hold your thought. Let me read this super chat from a man, Great Britain, who's also a Patreon. Thank you very much. It says, these chicks trading in generational wealth and patriarchal guidance for a couple $100 a month. Meanwhile, Jews and intact families. Facts. And thank you very much. Salute to you, Great Britain, for coming through with that super chat and that comment. Other people, you can feel free to go ahead and hit that super chat so I can read your comment on the air. Y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it work. And we're going to do a like check again real quick because I know a lot of you new bros. Okay, a few people hit the like button. We got the likes up to 72. Got 147 watching, 72 likes. We can get that closer to even. I haven't been paying that much attention to the chat and the comments. I don't know if we got people. Normally in these conversations, people normally like to come in and crash the show with some crazy shit where I just don't want to take care of y'all kids. If any of that shit popping off, you snipe their ass on sight. And y'all know I like debate and I like opinions. No, I want their ass gunned down if they come in here with some.
You know what, brother? But you know what, brother? Them the ones I like. I'm gonna tell you why. When I post on Instagram and Facebook, I like it because you know why? When they say that, a lot of men realize like, damn, you really feel this way? Because it be people that they know, people they don't know. This also shows us how these people really feel, whether it's a man or a woman, so-called man. Mm-hmm. And I leave it up there. I don't delete it. I don't block them unless they're going too far. But when they say stuff like that, I want you to see this because this is what they think about you already. They coming out telling you. No, seriously. So you gotta expose them. And that's what it's about. Let them make themselves look stupid. There's so many baby mama terrorists that come on my page and say, well, you should have kept your pants up. You should have kept your pants zipped. You should have, what they say, you should have wore condoms. But then when I tell them, well, it takes two and a woman got 20, 30 different remedies to prevent pregnancy all the way to abortion. Then now I hate women. I ain't shit. I'm low life. And I like that because I'm calling the shit out. But when you don't say nothing, make excuses, they think, you know, that's why they keep doing it. But when you call that shit out, 9 out of 10, they shut their mouths. We can't be, look, bro, we can't be blinded because it's something like people like, okay, here's another one. Somebody tagged me in Umar Johnson's Instagram. Now, Umar Johnson, a lot of people like him, pro-black, Pan-Africanism, and all that stuff, right? Now, he never talked about child support till now. Why is that? Well, that's because, see, let me tell you.
That ain't his, whoa, hold on, time out. You said that's Umar Johnson talking about child support?
Doctor, and yes, sir, and I'm going to tell you why. Just like every other that don't say nothing, make excuses calling about the Black Queen and the Mother Earths and stuff, he's on child support. And he's been alienated. He's been alienated for seeing his daughter. Now, somebody say you got 2 kids. I don't know how true about 2 kids, but I know about the one. And the baby mama Terrence is one of them conscious pro-black goddess. He was only allowed, he was only allowed to see his daughter. Listen, he was only allowed to see his daughter at the grandmother's store or at the baby mama Terrence store. And he could only see her for an hour or 2 under supervision because she said so. Now, he don't pay the child support. Listen, he don't pay the child support because he said he ain't paying it. He shouldn't have to, and I agree. But what I'm saying is a lot of these cats that be the main one talking about these sister Earths and these supporting our kings and all that shit, them be the main ones who put black men on child support. If you notice, black men are in a high rate when it comes to being on child support. White men get screwed the most as far as money-wise, but as far as a higher rate, we over between, I want to say 60% in child support, non-custodial. And like I said, everyone is not a black queen. Everyone is not conscious. And when you go on his page and he talk about that, he did 2 posts, them so-called black queens and goddesses and conscious black pros went against that. No, I ain't like my mama. I ain't like my mama. This ain't the days of old. I'm glad the government putting men on child support. Go on there and check it out.
Man, I could tell you like this. As far as those women who be pro-black as hell, Afro,
you don't fall for the okie doke, bro.
The whole. I be trying not to talk about my ex-wife too much. I be trying. It's hard.
I know. It is hard, brother. It's hard. It's hard, brother. But it's the truth.
Hold on.
But if you talking truth, you ain't doing wrong.
Check it out. I literally would see her, you know. A 10-page post, you know, after something happened in the news, something go viral, whether or not it's a police shooting of an unarmed black man or something happened where a black man did this or committed this crime or did this or did that, will go on a rant talking about the system, talking about how our boys falling into the system, talking about how we need fathers and this or that or blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she is jerking a good black dad through the system over custody.
Exactly.
But still posting all that bullshit with her afro and her fist in the air. I'm like,
listen, bro.
Out of here.
Bro, a baby mama terrorist have a double, they bipolar, they double agents. On the outside, they the pro-black, or they lily white, or they the righteous one. But behind closed doors, she's setting you up for failure. That's why, like I said, we got to stop going off of being brainwashed. This is my black queen, this is my conscious queen, because on the outside, yes, she is. But when it's all said and done, she's no different than other baby mama terrorists that set up men for failure. And that's, I mean, when I post about, like I tell you, baby mama terrorists come in all forms. So that's why I don't say, oh, it's all black women, it's all this and all that, because it's not. But at the same time, we got to call that out too. And Umar Johnson never called that out. But now he's going through it. He posts on his page, but he saw that a lot of these so-called quote unquote conscious, we support our king sisters was going against this. I'm glad the government putting the child support. They say that I ain't like my mom. I'm not gonna be a strong mother, and I'm gonna get mine. I'm telling you the stuff that I seen. I laughed because I'm like, yeah, that's right. Put it out there on who you really are. You can't fall for no one. You got to be careful because they all are the right hands of white supremacy.
real quick, I got to thank my man Leo Anthony for sending that $5 cash app. I mean, $5 super chat. He says, great stream, brothers. And also Scott Garner sent the super chat as well. Says, salute, $1,800 a month for 2 kids, 1 day with kids. Oh, 1 day with kids.
Fuck out of here.
2 weeks. God
Fuck
damn.
out of here.
I mean, I
See
feel
what I
like
mean,
if
bro?
you send in $1,800 a month, you should be able to come and get the kids when the hell you feel like it within reason. Obviously,
Nah, I'm making it even, bro. I'm making it even better. If I'm paying $1,800 a month, then I should have full custody because she can't afford them.
I was gonna get into that. I was gonna get into that. Was one of them things that you said. Hold on, real quick. Let me thank Kenny Conjo. He sent a $5 cash app that for content support. We're talking about child support. He's talking about
damn right.
Sent us some content support. Thank you very much, Kenny Conjo. Always appreciate your support. But yes, okay. This is the thing that they try to pull. When the dad is a hardworking man, financially stable, and the mom is barely working, they will argue. And I keep in mind, I went through the process like 2 times. So in one instance, they use both arguments. They flipped the script on me twice. Okay, the first time it was argued that, well, one time it was argued that I let me make sure I get the memory right, because this was in 2014. So right around the time of the divorce, I lost a job. So I lost my job. I got a nice buyout from the job. It was a union job. So I got a nice buyout, use that money to, find me a foreclosed house and, paid cash and all of that. So I did some damn good things with that money. Got paid cash for a car and a house. Because, in Michigan, in a small town, property value already low, then you take a foreclosed house that's, that owned by the government. They trying to get rid of. I mean, they giving houses away out here in some places in Michigan, man. I'm about to clean up out here on some real estate pretty soon. I've been bullshitting, but I got to get in that game. But I'm already in it because I own my house. My house paid for, clear and free. So.
Hey, bro, we got to talk on that, bro, because I remember going out to Detroit in 2005 when the market was good and I saw the real estate being low. So you telling the truth, bro. You telling the truth.
No, when I'm telling you, this market out here is a trip. Because even when the market good, people will look at houses out here and be like, damn, this $50,000 house would be 130, 140 somewhere else. So and then the market went bad and that $50,000 house dropped down to 25,000. And then whoever owned it foreclosed on it, so that knocked it down even more. So people buying $12,000 houses around here, that's livable. Probably got to do some repairs. I had to do some repairs.
Yeah, but that's not bad.
No, man. But anyway, but aside from that, so I was in there the first time and I didn't really have a, because like I said, I was on unemployment and I went back to work at some job, but then they did a temporary layoff. So right when I'm going through the proceedings, I got to, put on another temporary layoff or this or that. So I was looking like the unstable parent, even though I could say that, hey, I own my house outright. I own my car outright. My overhead is so low. I don't need that much money. I'm functioning just fine off unemployment until I get back to work. But they made the argument that she had full-time employment. And so she was the one who was most capable of taking care of the kids. Okay, now let's flip that around. When I came back 2 years later, and with all that evidence that I dropped on the table that I talked about before, when I came back later with that, now they flipped it around and used the argument saying, wait a minute, you work so many hours now. You're working so many hours and making so much more. You're making a lot of money. That's great, but you're working so many hours. She's the one who has the time and availability to be there for the kids, to raise the kids, to nurture the kids. I'm like, well, hold the fuck on. Just 2 years ago, y'all told me that me not being the not working the most hours was a detriment. But now that I am working more hours and making more money, now that's a detriment. So they you see how they flip the argument around to where either way, no matter what position the man is in, if he's not working, oh well, you're not available. I mean, if you're not working, oh well, you're not financially stable. Okay, yeah, send it to me and make her pay then. So that's what y'all like to do.
They're not gonna do that. The only way you can get most most of the time, the only way you get be primary parent if you could show physical abuse. Ooh. And even then they'll make it temporary, or they'll give it to the grandmother, her mother, of course. I'm telling you, they do so much of a strategic game to keep you alienated from being a father because of that money. See, the government, the family court don't give a shit about the woman either, but that's what they use. That's their right hand. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part about it is, even when you show the proof, like you said, you show the paperwork, the proof, and I'm living okay, I'm doing good. What they tell you? Oh, well, yeah, but you ain't got time because you working 50 hours a week versus the 40 hours. They make any excuse, bro. And then here's another thing, bro. When you finally get your equal parenting, you spent about what, $30,000? It's a money game. It's a money game all the way around. Just to go to court, you're paying $300. You got your lawyer, you're paying them lawyer fees, text message, and everything else. It's all a money game. It's a money game.
Yeah. Okay.
It's sad, bro. So many fathers last year killed themselves because of alienation and going through the child support and being getting their name tarnished and stained. So this going, I think it said 20,000 men per year commit suicide due to family court and the gender bias and bullshit. Now they don't talk about that out loud, but that's the truth. 20,000 a year.
Let's all right. Let's talk about arrears and the being in a high. Okay. This part I barely know. I barely know how it works. When people,
I can tell you about that.
They in arrearage and all of that stuff. Okay. This is what I didn't understand. Okay, so let's just say you're with a woman. Y'all in a relationship. Y'all not married. Okay. Y'all are living together or not living together, but y'all raising the kid together, and y'all together, and y'all happy, and y'all got matching outfits with the baby and everything and shit, taking little pictures at Sears and shit. Y'all doing all of that, and then 3 years in, y'all break up. He move out. He living in a different spot. Okay. If she go and get child support, can she get back paid from the time that the baby was born? Is that how?
Not only that, look, in Illinois, before they changed the laws as far as when a woman, in Illinois, I don't know about Michigan, but in Illinois, back in the day, a woman could go to court even though the man been in the kid's life for 10 years, right? She go to court and say,
hold on, wait, real quick. We gotta have a moment of silence for this post at Perfect Blackness, my new Patreon, just posted right there. Today I have paid $27,374 and counting just to get 35%, and I'm still fighting for 50-50 time. We just gotta have a moment.
Oh man, prayers, bro. No, it's real, bro. Prayers
man,
to you, brother.
Stay away from bridges and windows and like.
Hey, salute to you for keeping the fight going, man. Yeah. I'm dead serious. Prayers to you on that. I hope you get what you want. Oh man, that. But when it comes to the rearage, what happens in Illinois, how it used to be, whereas she go to court, you've been in your kid's life for 10 years, and she went to court and said he didn't do nothing for the 10 years. He said, yes, I did. I've been in my kid's life. Okay, you got receipts? No, why would I keep receipts? 10 years back child support. 10 years back child support. They went back 15 years child support. 20 years child support. They allowed this. They allowed this.
Hold on. And it don't matter if you could. What if you could show evidence that you've been living with this woman?
It doesn't matter, bro.
10 years. Hold on, real quick. Scott Garner, I think I missed your super chat, but he says she makes more than me. I'm at 90K. She's over 100K. I don't even know the context of what you're talking about there because I missed something. My bad. I don't like to miss super chats, but
what he's saying is he's paying child support even though she makes more money.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 out of 10 he don't have equal parenting. So yeah, if a woman make more money, you still got to pay child support. If you make $100 a month and she make $100,000 a year, she take for child support, you're gonna pay 20% of your $100 a month.
Right.
You're gonna they don't care if she make more money, it's about the money. They're gonna look out for her because she's the woman. It don't matter.
Right.
It don't matter.
It's Yeah, my situation. Okay, my situation was like this. Like I had extended weekends. That's what they granted me after that second time I went in there, and they said I didn't have enough evidence, or it was only like 3.5 months of evidence. So they tried to argue that I just was keeping the kids extra for 3.5 months just so I can come in here and argue. And then when I went back, and then so when I went, I gathered like 2.5 years worth of evidence of keeping track of every time that I had them with pictures and date cameras and calendars and all of that shit. When I went back in there, um, keep in mind everything that I proved to them showed that even though I only had extended weekends, I showed that I had them like 70% of the time. She was still keeping them, 50% of the overnights, but I had them 70% of the time. Because she was picking them up at nighttime right before bed, so she can try to save face if I took her back to court. So what ended up happening, they ended up just granting me 50-50, even though I proved that I had them 70% of the time. They granted me 50-50. Now I still will end up having them still to this day, a lot on her days. But so even though it's 50-50 on paper for me, I still have them more than that. But the catch is they still getting some child support up out of me. I made more
Bro.
money than her.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to equal parenting time, just because you get equal parenting time don't mean that you out of the way of child support. Most states, only a few states allow it where if you 50-50, no child support. I think Illinois honor that. But majority of the time, if you on 50-50 equal parenting, whoever makes the most money is gonna pay. So you're gonna pay maybe $200 versus the $700. They're gonna get their money. It's a money game. So she
Okay.
still get over.
Yeah, they're gonna get over. All right. Black American Princess says Leo Anthony. I know a young lady on child support who isn't able to see her kids. It's not only
Oh, here we go.
women. Men tend to do the same thing in similar
Uh-huh. Right.
situations. I think we all
Right.
know that that's bullshit. And the mere
Yeah,
fact
thank you.
that you're saying I know a woman, the fact that
Hey,
you
can I say something about that,
go ahead,
brother?
go ahead.
85% of non-custodial parents are the fathers. Only 15% of women are non-custodial parents paying child support, and only half of them pays it.
But wait, hold
And
on.
most of them don't go to jail.
But when you say that 15%, um, I mean sometimes okay, so that's not accounting or adjusting for the times where the kid is not with the mom. She's somebody else other than the father or the mom is raising them. Or you're only talking about when there's child support being paid from one parent to the next.
Right. Talking about statistic when it comes to child
Okay.
support.
Okay.
So in other words, what I'm saying, and in other words, when you say just a woman, I know plenty and many and a lot of men who are going through it. So that a woman, that's 1 in a million. 1 in a million.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people tend to deflect when we talk about men and what they're going through to say, well, my friend went through it, or my mama went through it. Okay, well, that's your mama and that's your friend. So a lot of people are gonna deflect when you try to call out the truth. Me too. See, that's what I'm saying. Me too. Not all. That bullshit. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody saying all women. Ain't nobody saying all black or none of that. What we saying here, men are screwed by the system. Women get more privilege. Women get more what they want when it comes to family court, child support, when it comes to being a parent. They get that. We don't. But then they tell us we want to be deadbeats. But we fighting in court, spending all this money trying to get just equal parenting time that we never get. So when somebody say, well, a female went through it or I went through it, I ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about.
Well, I'll say this, and this is just going to just put the nail in the coffin on whatever she's trying to spin around as far as the system is concerned. The shit that when I was in there, the shit that my ex-wife, the shit that she did in front of the kids, that she couldn't, I went on and I stated it. I told the truth. I stated it. It was some horrible shit. Absolutely horrible shit. That had it been the other way around where I would have done that shit, I would have been lucky to get, one supervised visit per month. I went in there and said that she did this right there in front of the kids. It was something violent towards me. I'm not even going to get into the specifics and details of it.
I understand.
It was horrible what she attempted to do right there in front of the kids. And so had it been the other way around, where I would have did that same thing to her with in front of the kids while the kids are crying, and it would have been stated, because keep in mind, when I said it, she couldn't deny it because she know the kids witnessed it, and so she knew the kids would confirm it, which they did. When they asked the kids about it, the kids confirmed it. So I stated it, she couldn't deny it, the kids confirmed it, and it was absolutely horrible, the absolute worst.
And what happened?
Worst. I still walked away with extended weekends, and she walked away with being the primary custodial parent, getting full-time child support for kids that she continued to have less than half the time.
Right. So there we go. There we go.
When I know shit like that goes down, to where if I would have been the one who was violent in front of the kids, if she would have been able to pull all that evidence on me and the kids confirm it that yes, he is that monster, I would have been lucky to get a supervised visit.
If you'd have got that.
Yeah. So you can't try to equalize this shit. It's not equal. It's not.
Not at all. Not at all.
So any little argument that's being made, well, I know a woman that do, okay, so what? So fucking what? It's irrelevant. Like, that shit is extremely irrelevant. So that's my frustration. That's why I was like, I do like when people put comments in there to try to get pushback, because I do like to debate. I do like to debate these issues. I do like to talk about it. I like to have women up on the panel so they can would do the same thing in a similar situation. She talking about she knows a woman. I don't know. I've only heard like one man. Shout out to Ramil. Ramil says, if you got custody of your kids, he said he don't care how much money you make. He said he don't care if all you can get from her is $10 a week. Get that $10 a week, because she will get that from you. Take her ass to court. Sue to do whatever you got to do. He said hold her feet to the same fire that she would hold you over some bullshit.
You know what? Hey, brother, the brother who said that, I agree.
Yeah, that's Ramil. Okay, there you go.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing when it comes to that, though. I posted a video. It was I forgot what state it was, with 3 white fathers, who got sole custody, and it was talking about the women who are not paying child support. That should be paying. It was Texas. That should be paying child support. When it comes to the women paying child support and they don't pay it, they don't lock them up. They don't put them in jail. They let it slide. I got a video of this. See, a lot of people that talk that jive with me, the stuff that I'm talking about, I got the proof right here. And they still try to deflect and make excuses and blah, blah, blah. They are women who supposed to be paying child support and not paying it, and the judges do nothing when you take them back to court. They do nothing. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's
especially in Texas. Especially in Texas.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to send you info to Ramil. Ramil hardcore.
Wait, what's the name? What's the name? Ramil what?
Yeah, his name Ramil Lamir. I send you his info, because you need to y'all probably need to get together.
I think I sent him an ad on Facebook. Yeah, I believe I did.
Yeah, y'all need to get together. And by the way, have you been dropping your YouTube channel in the chat? I forgot about that. We got to get you some subs.
You know what? I put it up there, but it seemed like it wasn't highlighted. So if you can post it up for me, man, I appreciate it.
I'm gonna do it. I got you. Or somebody else, if it's a moderator who already know his channel, drop that in the chat. We do got to send some subs this way. I don't even think he dropped no content. All this stuff is over on Facebook for those that don't.
I'll be dropping content this week, actually. Yeah, I'm just getting stuff set up and getting stuff in order.
Yeah, his Facebook page is called Fuck Child Support. Got over like 100,000 followers over there on Facebook, but he's trying to get it popping on YouTube. So we do gotta. It looked like Perfect Blackness just dropped it in there. I think that's it right there, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, y'all go check, go subscribe. Even though it ain't no content there, just subscribe, because it's coming. It's coming. We gotta get them rocking over here on this YouTube side of things. We do need somebody who got special expertise in a particular area, so he can focus on that. So he can focus on that. That's where we go for these type of discussions. So yeah, we do got to get him popping off over here on the YouTube side of things. But damn, but yeah, like I was saying, most men, and I'm technically still in this camp because I feel like all I care about is my kids. If I got my kids, I'm good. I ain't trying to fight with her. I don't want her money. I don't want nothing. But her on the other end, she wanted my money even if I was taking care of the kids. And even when I asked her about it, like, why the hell are you doing this? Her answer amounted to she was mad because we ain't together. So
bro, here's the thing. When it comes to that,
here it is.
And I tell men all the time, bro, you cannot co-parent with a baby mama terrorist.
No.
And with that being said, I'm serious. You cannot co-parent with a baby mama terrorist. With that being said, ain't no sense to ask her no questions. Ain't no sense to ask for more time. Ain't no sense of doing anything with that clown, because all it's gonna do is stress you out more, make you mad, and they wanna set you up for failure. More stress, diabetes, blood pressure, more hurt, because you entertain these baby mama terrorists. You cannot co-parent, and you definitely cannot entertain a baby mama terrorist. You let them be. Don't even respond to them. Don't even talk to them. We can't co-parent. What's there else to talk about?
Right.
Seriously. You can't.
All right. Let's talk about one thing I did want to get into, because I live here in Michigan, and we got some crazy laws. From what I understand, Michigan is some of the worst, is damn near the worst at this shit. You can become a dad by default out here.
You know what? Let me tell you about Michigan. I've been looking up about Michigan. Michigan, Texas, New York, and California is the mecca of fuck dads. And the reason why I said about Michigan is so many fathers that's not even a father that's paying child support, and they know this. I got so many videos about a baby mama terrorist putting a man on child support so she get welfare, and he wasn't the father at all, and the courts knew it, and they still said he had to pay $30,000. And his fathers who was separated, and the wife had a kid by somebody else. Guess what? The father who was married got to pay child support, and the boyfriend or the ex-boyfriend who want to be a father, she didn't want him to be on child support because she say her husband, who she separated from, is more fit. Ain't that some shit? And Michigan honors this shit. This Michigan.
Man, you got to back up. Hold on. Let's back up a second. I was fucking around reading the comment, and you said I was. Okay,
this Michigan.
Hold on. I got to make sure I understood that right. Okay.
Married.
She was pregnant by one guy. I mean, had a baby by one guy. Got married to another guy.
No. I'm gonna start over.
Okay.
She was married to white people. She's married, right? They married, but they got separated. She had a boyfriend. He gets her pregnant, has the baby. Guess who ended up on child support? The husband. And the husband, bro. I shit you not.
Married, separated, got pregnant by a boyfriend, but because they were still legally married on paper, she gave the baby on him, knowing that it wasn't his. And the court understood that it wasn't his.
They don't care. The boyfriend, look, and this is the thing. The boyfriend said he want to be a father, put me on child support, I'll take it. The wife said, nah, I want my husband to do it. He's more fit. And Michigan says she has that right. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This shit is real. Oh, well, lesson to y'all, bro. If y'all get separated, just get divorced. Don't prolong that shit, because this could happen to you. Most states honor, if you married to have a kid by somebody else, it's your responsibility. Now, Illinois, they give you 30 days to fill out a form or something, but what if you don't know? You were screwed. That's what I'm saying. It's not about equal rights for men. This dude is paying child support of a kid that ain't his, he don't want, versus this boyfriend who want to be a father, and she say, I don't want him in the picture. And that's just that. But I'm the deadbeat. I'm the piece of shit. I'm the anti-this. I'm the low life. I'm running for child support. That's me. But this is shit that I post, and this shit that's a reality that people don't even know about. Did you know about this, bro?
I didn't know about that one, but I do know
about that.
I do know about how some men became dads by default. because I did some content on that a while ago with somebody, homeboy who just posted, Mr. Negative the Negative Man. Me and him did some content on that. That was when I first started live streaming. The quality was real bad and I didn't have the audio right, so I never posted. I think he posted it on his channel. Y'all go subscribe to him. He be posting content up. So I did a little content on that, but that was when I first got into live streaming. I didn't know what I was doing. So
I understand.
So yeah, but I didn't go look that much further into it after that. But no, this is a new one on me, that what you just described right there. I know one dude, I forgot how this other dude became the father. It was the father on paper, I guess I'll say that. I don't know, I forgot exactly how it was, but it is some weird law, and I'm out here in Michigan, so
Right,
me and
right.
Mr. Negative Man, we both out here in Michigan, and it is.
Brother, it's not just in Michigan, but Michigan, it's a lot of fathers from Michigan that are paying child support for a kid that's not theirs.
God damn.
And yeah, it's very sad, bro. It's pathetic.
Let's talk about how, because I remember when you was on Tie City, you had said that it's possible in some states they got it to where a dad can essentially sign his rights away, which is the equivalent of that financial abortion, that just walk away shit. Now,
here's the thing. Now that's the thing about this. Most states, if you sign your rights away, you still got to pay child support. So if you want to sign your rights away, make sure that state honors that, because some states do honor, if you sign your rights away, you don't pay child support. But it's not all 50 states, bro. So if you sign your rights away, you will have no physical responsibility, no equal say. You don't call me if anything happens, blah blah blah. But you still got to pay a child support. Now some cats don't want a lot of cats sign their rights away because they don't want to deal with that baby mama terrorist. It's not really about the kid. If they got to go through that baby mama terrorist to be around their kid, they say fuck it and wash their hands. So, but the only thing about it, you still got to pay the child support. But I mean, I know plenty of guys that washed their hands and moved on because they couldn't deal with the baby mama terrorist. If they got to go through them and all the bullshit they was going through, it wasn't worth it. And that's why I tell fellas, if you have to, wash your hands and move on, because I know so many guys that wanted to kill their baby mama terrorists. I know so many guys that wanted to commit suicide, and they was making themselves, saying their situation worse than it had to be. And I told them, keep your veins cold, wash your hands and move on, man. It's not worth you going to jail, because if you kill that baby mama terrorist, you still lose, you still win. You kill yourself, she still win. And when it's all said and done, the kids are hurt. So it ain't worth it. I'd rather for you wash your hands and move on.
Oh man. She Mr. Negative Man says his wife cheated on him, and three of the 5 kids weren't his. He still had to pay child support for all 5. Yeah, that's the type of bullshit that goes on in Michigan.
Now that can happen anywhere, because Illinois do it too. But in Illinois, I knew somebody that went through it. They gave him 30 days to fill out this form to sign his rights away, but that sucker didn't do it because he entertained what the baby mama said. She said that I want you to keep the last name, blah blah blah. And you want to know what was worse? She was still with the boyfriend. And this dumb motherfucker didn't sign it.
It's weird because the states that got it to where most men, the states that got it to where you could sign your rights away and not have to pay child support. Now, based off the arguments that people try to, levy against people who having these discussions, that you would think that it would just be an army of men lined up. If they all just deadbeats, just don't want to take care of their kids, you think it would be an army of men at the courthouse just signing their rights away. But men are not doing that. So that shows that most men, they do want to be
fathers. Yes, exactly.
But it's the complication. Excuse me. The complications and the problems are coming through quite often. Not all the time, but quite often. It's with the, as you call it, the baby mama terrorist, which is a funny ass phrase.
Exactly what they are. It's funny, but that's what they are, man.
Yeah.
That's what they are, bro.
Well, what percentage of men actually do? Do you know the data on that? What percentage of men actually do sign their rights away?
That I don't know. I never bothered to look that up because I didn't really care.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what? Since you said that, I will look that up. You know, because I maybe want to do a topic about men who sign their rights away, and it's different reasons, and it's not necessarily because I want to be a deadbeat, fuck them kids. See, some of them just wash their hands and move on from the situation, pay the child support, and go on about their business, start over, live their life.
Yeah, Sister George clowning in the chat. She's telling somebody to block her. You know, she be down there making.
What's she doing?
I haven't even been reading the comments that much, but I know she be full of disingenuous arguments all the time. But I don't know what kind of fuckery she on today.
See them the ones I like to keep in because she spreading.
She be here every day. She a part
she a
of
regular.
Yeah, she a regular.
She a regular. Okay.
She cool. She just be on some bullshit from time to time, but she cool.
I understand.
We know it's certain levels of fuckery that we willing to accept, and just it falls within the margin.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
She cool. She be on some bullshit though.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is, brother.
Let me see. We talked about political action. Talked about the slush fund.
But you know what though? Here's the thing about the politics. Just because we ain't got no back from the politics for political figures, stuff like that, that's no excuse for us banding together and doing what we got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I tell people, even if child support laws don't change, we change the laws in our mind. We can teach the young people not to fall for this situation. Thank you. And watch out for a baby mama terrorist and how to recognize a baby mama terrorist, how to be thinkers and not reactors, and how to you know, how to live as a man and what not to accept and what to accept. See, if we change that, you ain't got to worry about so many men going on child support and dealing with the wrong people. And that's real.
Now,
so, you know.
Now, go
ahead, brother.
What laws within reason? Because I know some people say just scrap the whole system. Go back to whatever it was, pre-child support, pre-custody laws and all of that shit, and child custody court, all of that bullshit. They say just scrap the whole damn system. Now that we know that ain't feasibly possible. So if we looking at what's feasibly possible, what laws would you change?
Well, okay, here's the thing. Child support ain't going nowhere, man. Let's talk real. If it do, we'll be dead and gone. It'll be a new generation, bro.
Yeah.
But child support ain't going nowhere. But if we was able to make change, all I say is most men who on child support don't care about the child support. They care about being a father. So what they should automatically do, married or not married, automatic equal parenting time, 50-50 equal parenting with no child support involved. Automatically. That's what it should be. Now, if you got probable cause, then that's different. If the father ain't trying to be a father, he say, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want equal parent time for whatever, because sometimes because of their job, they travel, whatever, truck drive, whatever. I understand that. That's different. But the ones that want equal parent time, it should be automatic equal parent time. That's the only thing. Once they do that, man, shit, we'll be kicking the dust, man. Because let's be real, if child support wasn't around, majority of these baby mama terrorists wouldn't be doing what they're doing. They wouldn't even choose single motherism, because many choose to be single mothers. Because anytime that you alienate the father purposely, you choose to be a single mother. Anytime you decide to have a kid with a Pookie or a Ray Ray that you know ain't shit, and you know he gonna run off, you choose to be a single mother. Now, if you're a single mother who was married, the husband died or the boyfriend died, you didn't choose single mother. Now, if you was dealing with a piece of shit guy as time went on, he showed his true colors, you didn't choose to be a single mother. But you got many of these baby mama terrorists who purposely choose to be single mothers. Now, they'll sit back and say, no, that's not the reason, blah, blah, blah. He the deadbeat. Nah, you choose to be a single mother. See, they don't like when I say that because it's the truth. See, I ain't shit now. I'm running for child support again. But that's the truth. Majority of these baby mama terrorists choose to be single mothers. But they'll take that check from you. See? So, like I say, they're going to hate me. But they're going to have to hate me then. I'm calling it all out. They choose single motherism, bro.
Okay, Miss Downtown Judy Brown says, I think it can be corrected in parts. I would suggest lobbying to 1, remove unwed folks from eligibility, remove retroactive pay, remove non-biological parents to start.
I agree.
Yeah, that's those are things.
That's a good start.
All of that I think is possible, except for the remove unwed folks from eligibility. That's
where they money. Look, that's where they money at. So they're not gonna do it, but that's a great idea. Look,
they're not gonna do number 1, but number 2 and number 3. If there's any reasonable place to meet in the middle, that's where it should be. I mean,
but here's the thing: majority. Here's the thing, though. Majority of the child support is for people who are unmarried now. Everybody ain't getting married because people going MGTOW. Most of them being free agent, living that lifestyle, which is cool. Anything to make you a better man. So, child support is not going to stop that because that's the bulk of their money. They're not going to cut off non-married individuals. It's not going to happen. That's just the reality with that.
Yeah.
But the people that choose single motherism, it definitely ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying from the start. Even before I even got into any of these spaces, even before I knew what the hell the manosphere was, when I started going through it, that's the first when I started going through it back in 2014. What I was saying to myself is that any child is born, it should be automatic 50-50, 1 week on, 1 week off, no matter what. No questions asked. And in the event that somebody failed to show up on their behalf, male or female, on their part of it, their half of it, then the other person could potentially go and get some child support. But it still should be a damn near 3-strike rule on some shit like that anyway. I mean, you just can't, you basically if you ain't being involved in the kid's life, you're innocent until proven guilty of not giving a fuck. And then if you're proven guilty of not giving a fuck, then okay, that person got to pay if he participated in the conception of that child. If he or she is trying to walk away, male or female, then okay, they got to pay. But if everybody, no matter what, hands down had the option of 50-50, then I can say the shit is fair. But just like I explained to y'all,
I agree.
I was trying to get 50-50. And it was some, trying to talk about it was some violence and abuse and shit going on the side of the woman involved, and she still got to be the primary custodial parent. And her house still got to be the primary custodial home. And even when I, in a more solid way, proved all that bullshit, because men got to go in there and prove dysfunction and be hitting on all cylinders in every other way. But even then, I just got 50-50 on paper. You still got to pay something.
Right. I know guys that got equal parent time and they still don't see their kids. And when they go back to court, the judge basically said, what you want me to do about it? They don't care, man. It depends on the judge, depends on the court, depends on the county, depends on the state, bro.
Okay, the breakdown of woman's perspective on the Black manosphere. They need to add that to the YouTube channel, by the way. They just put in parentheses on the Black manosphere, because that's what they do. Anyway, it says, well, I think that Concrete Rose, the Sister George is posting. Well, that might be Sister George, because I think she probably, yeah, okay. I know I said I want people getting sniped, but I didn't want y'all to block or time Sister George out to infinity before she had to come back on a different name. But that ain't what I wanted. Sister George's fucking falls.
She made another name.
No, she already had that channel. That's the name of her YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, her fuckery falls within the margin. We can tolerate her fuckery. I ain't got to time her out that bad. But
wow.
But listen. But anyway, she says, "Y'all dense as hell and disconnected. Complex design, and just because you have a limited understanding of women, don't get mad."
It's not about unlimited understanding of women, man. See, that's the flex,
okay,
man.
Okay, time her ass out.
That's what I'm talking. No, man. She's a baby mama terrorist, and that's what she is, and she just exposed herself.
Yeah, no, she admitted that she was on some bullshit at one point in her life. they got it figured out and worked out and got it together. But
it seems like it ain't changed though, because if that's the case, then you want to say the stuff you're saying now.
Man, look, listen. Bullshit. The more you probably see it on Facebook, but the more you get in this space, you're going to hear a lot of women caping for fuckery that they allegedly do not engage in anymore.
And that's why you don't fall for it. That's the same thing as these pro black queens that holler, we support our kings. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta recognize that wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah,
you have to for shit like this.
But no, but real talk, y'all. You know, Sister George, let her rock. Let her rock. Don't time her out too bad. You know, it's some disingenuous people that come up under accounts, a fake name, a avatar, no face, no name, talking cash shit. You know, saying disingenuous bullshit on purpose. I wanted the damn near trolls out of here, because they come out the woodwork in conversations like this. But I'm about to open this thing up. About to open up a panel. You good with that, right? Open up a panel, bring it on the folks. You good? You cool with that?
Right. More people to marry, man.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm about to open this thing up. Oh yeah, one thing I asked you to do, we already kind of touched on it. I don't know, some of these stories we already talked about. I don't know how they can get that. Damn, my man just dropped off. I wanted him because he got 100,000 followers on Facebook, and so I know he heard all the worst stories of this shit. So I wanted him to share with us one of his worst stories that he heard. The dealing with this kind of bullshit. But yeah, you can go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna get ready to open this thing up. Zero, if you're out there listening, I do want you to come up. He's talking about the political side of this thing. So, and you,
bring them all on, man.
Yeah, Zero. He got some expertise on feminism, and he says that a lot of the political action that we take, most of it ain't gonna, work, because they got that large voting block. Even the so-called conservative women, when push come to shove, they're gonna vote in favor of what's better for most women. And
right, that's facts.
So yeah, I do want him to come up and give his perspective on that.
And that's what I was saying when it came down to voting and getting somebody big in power, governor, whoever, they're gonna side with the majority. Mm-hmm. And now you got more women in power than we ever had. So that's why I say we have to band together and change the laws in our mind, because a lot of this stuff is not going to change, at least not in our lifetime. So we got to go another route, but it can be changed if we change ourselves.
Right on. Real quick, as I'm dropping it in the chat right now. As people are coming on in, what's one of the worst? God damn! Don't hit nobody back in that truck up. It was like beep, 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 beep. You was about to kill somebody, dog. That beep got fast as hell. Like, hold on, bro, pump the brakes.
Cold red, right? Cold blue, right? Shit.
Yeah, what's one of the worst stories you've heard in your time? Well, how long you been doing this advocacy?
About 2.5 years. That's not about 3 years. That's it, bro.
I thought
that's just how deep I got. Nah, that's just how deep I got involved, man. And I learned as I went. And that's I got so serious with it. It's my passion now. Expose these baby mama terrorists in this unjust system.
Yeah.
So no, it's real.
Man, because you got 100,000, you like 120, 130,000 strong over there. I thought that you would have been got at least 10 years in the game on this shit, but
no. So many men been wanting to say this and call it out and put it out there, but they didn't have that voice. And my goal is to have for men to have that voice. I told you it was different factors why they didn't say nothing, and now men are starting to speak up. But then there's also a tool to be able to vent and to talk about their situation, and to see that we got a brotherhood and we understand. And then some realize, damn, some are worse than others. Man wasn't that bad like I thought when I heard his story. So it's like it's a lot of factors to this page. It ain't just about per se child support, but that's the core of all this bullshit that we go through today. So I called it out like that. It was controversial. People, they didn't like it. But then a lot of people start to be thinkers and say, let me go and search the page and see what it's really about before I just jump the gun. And when they saw what I was talking about, I've been getting more support ever since. Because it's not about being a deadbeat. I don't support a deadbeat, but at the same time, people use the term deadbeat loosely. So what is the true definition of a deadbeat? Because deadbeats don't pay child support, but there's so many men paying child support. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, listen.
There's so many different factors, so that shouldn't use loosely. So I entertain that word deadbeat, especially when it comes to a man. Nope.
I go after. Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it either. Just how people use it.
It's used loosely.
I use it correctly, but so many people use it negatively. Like I've heard a woman in this spot say, literally, just if you're on child support, it's because you're not taking care of your kids. Basically, the white man had to force you to take care of your kids because you wasn't doing it. Like they look at it literally like that. If you're on child support, that's you're only get put on child support because you weren't taking care of your kids.
Exactly. And that's when I say, no, these baby mama terrorists decided to join the right hands of the court, and they was mad about their fair relationship or teach them a lesson or got another man or whatever. That's why he's on child support.
Man, yeah. Because even after my divorce, the kid, when I was like I said, when I was married, I was being cleanup man and all of that. By the time me and her got a divorce, the child that was 15 months old when me and her got married, he was 14 by then. By the time me and her finally, got a divorce and got separated. Even when my two biological kids were with me, he still was with me post marriage. I still was there for him. Saw him all the way through high school. He was at my house more than her house. So here I am still looking after a kid that ain't mine while getting jerked through the system about my biological kids. Like men be in situations where we going all out doing what's best, doing the best we possibly can, and they still will go down there. Like we doing like anybody giving an objective analysis of me back then would say, look, nigga, you was stupid. you was stupid. I'm sitting there having the kids 70% of the time, even when it wasn't mine, while getting jerked around through the system. It's like I should have just said, fuck it, you gonna do this bullshit, we gonna stick exactly to this schedule. I'm dropping them off with you. I see them every other weekend if I'm gonna have to, but nope. My doors was open all day, every day. She constantly dropping them off at my house, not coming back, just I ain't give a shit. Them was my kids, and I was gonna take care of them regardless. But all the system did is ensure that I was gonna take care of them regardless. The system just ensured I was gonna have to take care of them with less, because she was taking food off the table that they ate at the most. And that, like, when you say baby mama terrorist, like that's some true terrorist shit right there. Like that's the absolute fucking worst, man. Absolute worst. But yeah, and I can go into more details of how fucked up that was. But yeah, it's men out there doing all that they can. And the system, if the system was there just to ensure that children were properly cared for, like, I can rock with that. I can ride with that. I can understand that. But I mean, clearly is more shit going on. It enables the fuckery in every way possible. Anybody looking at anybody looking at my situation, there's no way in hell a judge could look at that. And after there's no way in hell a judge is supposed to be able to look at that and not just come to the objective, obvious conclusion that, look, we just gonna make this 50-50 and get it over with and be done with it. And that's all to it, and that's done, and that's just a wrap. And there it is. But all right, we got my man Perfect Black. Hold on. We got some potential fuckery in the building. Hold on. Before you
when it comes to child support, there's gonna be a lot of fuckery, bro. And that's what I'm telling you.
I gotta see what's going I gotta see what's going on here. I suspect this might be, I don't know who this is. Go ahead. Beta Male Coons. Go ahead. Who is this? What's up? No, I'm talking to you. Don't go on mute. Who is this? Beta Male Coons. Go. Going once. He about to get booted. Beta male Coons going twice. Going 3. And she's going. Or he's going. I don't know who the fuck that was. But I really, really wanted I was like, if that was actually her, bring it on.
Beta male Coons.
Beta male Coons. Mr. Palmer don't know nothing about that. We throwing out inside jokes. He don't know. But all right, man. Perfect Blackness in the building. First off, thank you for becoming a Patreon. I greatly appreciate you for that.
No problem, man.
I know you got a lot to say on this. You one who dropped that comment that you got like 35, you get like 35% parenting time. You've like 27,000 in the hole, paying lawyers, judges, and all that. I mean, not judges, but paying lawyers and all the fees and all of
Well,
that.
technically, he did pay for that judge. Technically, he did.
Yeah. True
He's telling the truth.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth.
Yeah. So man, go ahead and fire away or whatever part you want to get on. But I do want to know about your process and how you. I think you said you tried it. You went in there to fight multiple times and lost, and you still fighting, still trying to get 50-50.
Oh yeah, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Loud and clear, brother.
You can increase your I mean, if you can increase your volume a little bit, that'd be great. But overall, we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry about that. Look, I've been going through this for going on 7 years now. My daughter is 8 years old now. We've been divorced since she was 1. And man, look, I'm on my 4th attorney. I fired 3 of them.
Wow.
I went through 2 attorneys, so I know how that go. That first one, my first attorney.
I went through 1.
my first attorney, back when all was said and done, I felt like he was fighting for the other side, man. It was bad because I had mentioned how I found myself, unemployed. I owed him a lot of money, and we had made it to the last day. I was gradually paying him, but we made it to that last date, and I hadn't really finished paying him yet. I was gonna pay him, but I mean, I still owed him like $600. So when he didn't want to come back to court another day, because then that mean he would have had to add on to the money that I hadn't paid him yet. So he basically just started fighting for the other side. That's how I was like, yeah, damn. So yeah, I had to wait until I had, like I said, I went in the hole for like 2.5 years, grinding, working 7 days a week, got my money stacked up to where I was able to drop that money on the lawyer's desk, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, the shit we have to do just to get equal custody, and that's why I get pissed off when they're like, "Well, y'all just need to do this, or y'all just need to do this."
Right?
Right?
We got to do all that, and you just got to have a fucking vagina. That's it. Like, so anyway.
You know what? And that's the sad part. I be hearing plenty baby mama tell supporters. They'll sit back and tell me, well, my daddy, he fought, he was going through it, but he fought and he fought and he fought and he finally got it. And I'm like, so you telling me that I should have to go through war to get something that I basically, you telling me that I have to fight
automatically to the mother.
Right. I had to do all this just to get custody or be able to have you in my life, and the mother get a free ride. They never call out what the mother do. They always call out what the daddy do. They make excuse for that for her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. It's gender bias all the way around, bro.
All right, we got all the way. Go ahead. Perfect Blackness. I mean to snatch the mic for you. You said something. I got triggered. I had to go in. Go ahead. You got that sometimes.
I think it's even worse, man. Because I'm here in Chicago, and I can tell you it's really, really bad. I mean, I've been through over the 7 years, and on being, like I said, being on my 4th attorney. My ex-wife has accused me of some of the worst things in the world, and I still was able to get even more increased time. And the thing that really has made me that has angered me the most is not that I've spent so much money, and trust me, that has angered me, and I'm still spending money. That has angered me. But the fact that a mother can take whatever measures she deems necessary, even falsely accuse a father, and nothing happens to her. That's what bothers me. And I remember finding my third attorney in the court when he told me that well, there's really nothing we can do about that, and she can continue to do that. She can just make allegations, just ad nauseum, just continue to do it as much as she want, and nothing would ever happen to her. Zero. And he told me, well, you have to prove that she lied. So I don't. She doesn't have to prove that she doesn't have to prove that I did anything. She just have to make an allegation. But I have to prove that she actually lied in the allegation in the first place.
But you know what, bro? Even if you prove it, they don't do nothing. Sweep it on the rug.
I have to pay lawyers to defend myself on that shit. You know what I mean? And for me, after all these years, I'm at the point now where, because I think one of you guys said, mentioned being at the point of starting over and moving on. I'm at both of those points. I've already remarried, and so I'm in the process of starting over and actually moving on. And I don't want to say necessarily cutting my loss. I don't want to sound cold at it, but it's at the point to where if I start a new family, I can't bring this type of financial loss
exactly
into a new family. I can't do that.
Exactly.
I owe my current wife and the children that we want to have together, I owe them my best.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm $27,000, more than $27,000 in a hole, on this over the last 7 years. Bro, I'm telling you, it's not worth it. If you got any years left, if you got any sexual productive years left to where you can have children, dude, you might as well just cut your losses. Look, have your kid, be it for your kid as much as possible. But I recommend the best therapy for that is moving on.
Wash your hands and move on. Wash your hands and move on.
And I hate to say it, I never thought that when my child was 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, when I was really fighting this whole battle, I never thought that I would be at this point. I never thought that I would be at this point. I'm not only with the money from attorneys, but I've been through therapy on this shit. I mean, seriously. And I have no problem with stating it. If before I did, I had an embarrassment in saying it, but I have no problem with stating it now because I'm at a better place now.
Good.
I'm at a completely better place. But I had some dark days, man, behind this shit. I went through damn near getting put out a few times of my place. A few times. Spending rent money on attorneys and stuff. I've been through some times where through some bouts of unemployment. And unemployment really wasn't really holding things down. I had to really get out here and hustle and all this other stuff. Man, I haven't been there. And I'm telling you right now, man, if you going through this, if you got a woman who's putting you through this shit, your best bet is to move on. And I would personally say that if you're a black man, your best bet, man, is to find your black woman that is non-American. That'll be your best bet. Because American women ain't gonna do but just give you a bunch of goddamn headaches. Now I don't give a fuck who listening. They're gonna give you a bunch of motherfucking headaches. Because American women, they are conditioned to treat men in this fashion. Foreign women, they're not conditioned for this shit.
Yeah, man.
My current wife, she listens to this shit and stuff and she see the paperwork, she see how much she is absolutely she's amazed. Absolutely amazed at the stuff that men have to go through. Black men have to go through when it comes to the courts.
Yeah.
Before I had my kid,
perfect. Can you hear? Were you able to hear Mr. Palmer?
No, I didn't hear him. What did he say?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he was trying to interject. I didn't think you could hear him. That's why he dropped down and came back. Palmer, do a mic check. Can you hear him now? Perfect.
Yeah, I can hear him now.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Hey, Black, is you the same one that we did an interview with Ty City from Chicago?
Yeah, I was on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's going on, bro? I was like, when you said get a non-American woman, I said that got to be him.
Oh yeah.
I was on that panel the whole time, man.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. But you know what, bro? We need to link up because you from Chicago too. We definitely need to touch bases and change numbers, bro.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'll put in the back chat for you. I'll put my number in the back chat.
Do that, bro. But this one I want to ask you. Now, like you said, in the past, you didn't want to talk about your situation and you was embarrassed or whatever. How do you feel now that you put it all out there and you spreading the truth and telling your story versus you not, saying nothing before? How do you feel?
Well, for me, it is that's part of that. I would say this is continuing therapy, because to talk about it, to actually begin to talk about it, to put your stuff out there like that, that's
Right.
therapy within and of itself. Because you
Exactly.
find other guys out there who are going through the same exact thing, if not worse. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
And yep.
for
Yep.
me, at first, I held it all in, like, okay, this is what the man thing. This is what I'm supposed to do as a man. I'm supposed to take this. I'm supposed to do all of that. No, no, and I spent a few $1,000s on a therapist, and that helped.
Right.
That helped mightily,
Right.
man. That helped
Right.
because when I say I was in what they would call a sunken place, I was in a sunken place.
Right. And us
But
as
I got to
men
the
need
point
to
where I had
stop
to get
having
out of that,
pride.
man.
Yeah, us as
Exactly.
men need to stop that pride shit, and we need to start expressing ourselves. We need to start calling things out instead of being quiet, sitting there with the shades drawn, because you don't do nothing but hurt
Exactly.
yourself and the people around you. You
Exactly.
know. So, and I told you, I tell everybody, keep your don't fold, keep them veins cold. If you have to, wash your hands and move on.
Absolutely,
If,
man. I
if you
mean,
have to, wash your
you
hands and
have
move
to.
on. You'll live longer.
You take a whole lot off you. And
It does.
I advocate. I advocate. Not only do I advocate, moving on, but I advocate starting over.
When you're talking about washing your hands, moving on, and all of that, what specifically are you talking about? Because I kind of stepped away for a little bit, so I'm just coming back on when y'all saying wash your hands and move on. Are you more or less saying, because I don't condone. I know it's a tough situation, and I know it's some men who have said the dealing with the baby mama terrorists, to use Mr. Palmer's phrase. I like that. But the dealing with the baby mama terrorists just left them to the point to where they just like, all right, I gotta pay. I'm just gonna cut the check. If being in the life of my kids is gonna cause me this much down stress and heartache and all of that, they just gonna cut the check and walk off. Actually, I got a cousin who he moved. He knew he couldn't live in the same city as his kid's mom. He basically just paid his child support, moved like 2 hours away to get away from her. That still ain't stop her from coming down there fucking with him. But
Mm,
but he was there because he was losing jobs. She showing up at his job, she clowning, she doing so he got 2 hours away from her. Actually, it happened to benefit him because he started his own business, because that way he can't get fired.
that's washing your hands and move on, bro.
That's it. So yeah, that
Cause see, here's the thing, bro.
hold on, real quick. For me, that's a tough one though, because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight for mine to the bloody end. But
Right.
I try to, and I'm working on that, trying to sympathize with men who
Here's the
did what
thing,
my
bro.
husband did, because he did reconnect with her when the kid got to the point to where she was, early teens. They were able to really, reconnect and have a normal, steady, and they got a great relationship now. But
And that's good.
he basically, when she was about 3 or 4, he realized that he's going to end up in jail if he stays.
Right. Right.
If he stays around.
This what I mean by wash your hands, move on. Wash your hands, move on, like he did. He decided to make his life better for himself, do for himself, and stay away from garbage, toxic, and nonsense. So look what he ended up doing. He started his own business, doing good. Now, I'm not saying years down the line, if she come out and, well, I'm be honest with you. Once you do that, ain't no negotiation, ain't no nothing. I'm not going. But if your kid come back around and say, Daddy, I want to be around you. We don't have to worry about mom. I'm older now, blah, blah, blah. That's who I keep my arms and keep my doors open for, not for that baby mama terrorist. So it's not about fuck you and the kid. It's about, let me get myself in order, get my mind right, and my door is always open for my son or daughter. But that baby mama terrorist, nah, wash your hands and move on. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't about saying fuck the kid, but at the same time, you got to fall back from everything to get yourself in order. Because if not, you headed for self-destruction, suicide, homicide, or you end up taking out on your significant other that you're dealing with, who's been trying to support you. I seen bad breakups because of what the brother was going through with his baby mama terrorist. He took it out on her, and she couldn't deal with no more. So you don't want to sabotage what you got in your circle. So you have to wash your hands and move on.
Yeah, real quick. Hold on before you go. Perfect. Before you go, I gotta shout out the super chats. Miss Downtown Judy Brown said, definitely the system. and its application is outdated. There are more women than you would think who would vote against the terrorists. Are you saying they will vote against the baby mama terrorists? I don't know about that.
No, they'll vote for them.
They go.
No, they're not gonna do it. Not in mass.
I don't know about that, but everybody else out there, if y'all got questions for Mr. Palmer, he's been doing this for a while. Got a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and insights. Go ahead and super chat your questions. They will get read on the air. So yeah, go ahead. Feel free to hit that super chat to get your comments to become a part of the show. You put a good question out there, it may take over the conversation, and we may focus and talk and work and build from there, as people like to say here. Right now we got 105 likes. We got 154 people watching. Let's get those likes up. Let's get them closer. And now I'm finally looking at the YouTube stream, because I think some of y'all be just deleting female comments just because they got ovaries, and so they just get the comment deleted. I'm looking at Mela. She said, "Don't fall for them baiting you." And Keith Lamont deleted that. I don't know.
I say don't delete. Yeah, don't delete. Let them talk. I'm for them talking. I'm for it. Equal opportunity.
Y'all trigger fingers are a little too happy now. Let's
because I'm gonna be real with you. I know plenty of women who thought that way or had opinion on child support because they didn't know. But then when we had a good dialogue, they changed their whole mindset and they realized, hey, I didn't realize it was this bad. I didn't realize that it is based off, fair relations. So I got females on my fuck child support page as well, who support because they husband going through it, they significant other, or because their father went through it. So I'm not gonna sit back and say, all women, because there ain't no such thing. But these baby mama terrorists is real, man, and a lot of them give the women who is for equal parenting rights slack. They self-haters. How you go against us? We got the vajayjays. We got a code. You know what I mean? So they go through the trenches too. And to be honest with you, I got a few women who on child support who's alienated by baby daddy terrorists. Very few, but it's some. So, equal opportunity on my end.
Yeah, and I'm seeing Chrissy just got deleted. I don't have a clue who Chrissy is, but she said this space is full of narcissists. Okay, something like that could probably get deleted, because I mean, what the fuck is she talking about? She just I don't know if there's any backstory behind that, or she just dropped in out of nowhere and said that. I do want the ones who just like to kamikaze bomb a offbeat comment. I do sometimes want them out of here if we're trying to have a focused conversation.
Well, some of them come in. You know what, bro? Some of them come in there because they talking about their personal situation. What I tell them, I say, well, this page ain't about your deadbeat. It's about fathers who want to be in their kids' lives. That's how I just eliminate that. I can't speak on your deadbeat or your situation. I'm going to speak on the majority here. It ain't about your deadbeat. So,
all right, let some of them rock, y'all. Let some of them rock. That's all right. They can be here. I think the sole provider. I'm just going up through the comments, seeing everything got deleted, because when I'm looking at the StreamYard, I can't tell what's being deleted and what's not being deleted. I don't even get to see the deleted comments. So it's like y'all on y'all own, y'all running the asylum, and I ain't watching. So I don't know if y'all just sniping out people for no reason. So let's be a little more liberal with the comments. Let them rock. So that I want to see them, and I can determine if they on some bullshit. Then I tell y'all to, if they on some outright bullshit, I tell y'all to then just time their ass out until your fingers start bleeding. And then we'll go from there. But I ain't seeing nobody saying nothing that just that's some outright 100% fuckery that we gotta snipe out completely. But Mr. Palmer just dropped off again. But Jaquez Retro says, how about the paternity fraud factor? Yep, that's a factor that we do got to talk about, that we do got to average into the equation. That is something that Mr. Palmer would know a lot about. We got Mr. Palmer just came back. We got Ty City in the building. What's good, Ty City? But
what's up with it, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Who said that?
That was me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I couldn't tell who was talking because I was still on the YouTube screen. But
Ty City.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with it, Paul?
Yeah, but Jackie's Retro. Thanks for that. Thanks for that super chat, Jackie's Retro. Thanks for that super chat. Go ahead, Ty City.
Hey,
Well,
you got it.
let me say this. Let me say this, and I'm gonna drop down. I'm sorry about that, but I got to work here. But I just want to say about what about the moving on piece. For me, because I said my daughter's 8, and her and I've started to have different discussions with her about, look, I'm married now. We're gonna be starting a new family, and I always tell her she's more than welcome to be a part of the family if she wants to. And I'm starting to see a lot of embellishments on her part. She may not want to, and that's fine. The door is always going to be open. But for me, moving on is accepting that as it is, and and just kind of just accepting it as it is and moving on. You know, accepting things the way they're going to be. At least right now, at her age, she's going to see things the way her mother sees it, and that's just the way it's going to be. Um, I know, my current wife now and our future children, they they don't deserve to have another $27,000 of income removed out of the home for a fruitless type of endeavor. That's for me. That's what I mean by when I say, okay, cutting your losses. I guess for me, it's more cutting your losses than and moving on and starting over. So cutting the losses and starting over, that's the better word for me. So, but I'm gonna drop down and still be listening. I'm still gonna be chatting, and I got you, Mr. Palmer. So, just be on the lookout. All right, fellas.
All right, for sure.
All right. Ty City, what's good? What you wanted? What you got? You got the mic. You got the mic. Go ahead and fire away. What you got? Ty City, mic check. Where you
at? I'm right here, bro. Hey, so so women are going to vote towards men's rights because a lot of them are married to men that owe child support, and they get their tax returns yanked up. And I see the video of a woman complaining about, she's not going to get her stimulus check because her husband fell behind. They took her shit too.
Oh,
well, you know what? Funny that you say that. When I got my letter, what they took, which I didn't give a damn. I wasn't expecting it and needing it anyway. I looked at the letter. The letter said that if you file joint and they take take the money, what will happen is they'll give half back. So if you know her, she can appeal it. If she can show proof that it was a joint when it came to them taxes, they'll give her a piece of it back. So it's possible she'll get some of that money back. She won't get it all though.
Right. But yeah, that's the only way I see him. That's the only way I see him voting towards men's rights on this.
They not vote for no men's rights shit, man. The majority of them is pro child support, regardless of what the reason is. And with the Me Too and the film Nazi movement, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Miss Downtown Judy Brown, thanks for another super chat. She said, Mr. Palmer, would you lay out your solution for men? That's kind of vague, but you can, I guess, bounce from there and take from there whatever you want. And go
What's
ahead.
The question again?
It's right there on the screen. It says,
well, I can't look at it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Would you lay out the solution for men? I see it.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Palmer, would you lay out your solution for men? I don't want you, if you're still driving, I don't, don't be reading too much.
No. I'm standing out here trying to beg for change for the child support. That's all. I'm standing trying to get some change. But like I say, the solution, like I said, men, we have to come together. We have to bring awareness. We got to spread awareness. We have to change the laws in our mind. And with that being said, like the brother said, blackness is therapeutic. And also, you have to make change within yourself. We got to teach our young sons, our young neighborhood kids, our nephews. Even you got to teach the females how to be thinkers and not reactors. We have to learn how to pick that right person. We cannot go off of just the looks. We can't just go off of a certain culture and conscience and all that stuff. We have to really think, is this what we want? We have to know the signs, because sometimes, don't get me wrong, you don't know the signs, but a lot of times there are signs and we fail to pay attention to after the fact. So the only thing I can suggest is we come together, make change and change the laws in our mind, it can happen. It'll be less issues and situations with dealing with the baby mama tears and child support.
Right on, right on. We got I believe this is, I can't see the names. Let me get rid of these banners. I believe this is Mella, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Mella.
Okay, hey, what's up, Mella? What you got today?
All right, Mr. Palmer, nice to make your acquaintance. I have a question.
Yes, likewise.
Whoa, did you borg out? You can go ahead and ask your question if you're still there.
I can't really hear you. Can y'all hear? I can't hear.
I can't hear her at all.
I can't hear. It's distorted.
She ain't talking about shit.
Well, I mean, tell her log off and log back in. Tell her come out and come back in. Maybe that.
No, hold on, no, we can hear her now. We can hear her now.
Oh, hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the child support in Illinois, the family court system in Illinois. Did you find that there are pro bono attorneys for men in Illinois at all? Because the brothers that are being forced to pay their own court costs are bankrupt by it oftentimes, to the point where they just think their life is over. Half of them want to fake their own death, if not even take their own life. So you mentioned the Illinois court system being, you know, what I interpret as so vicious. There has to be some type of pro bono agencies available for men in Illinois. And if so, could you refer to the brothers that are listening today what they are, if you have that information? I'm up here to encourage you to tell brothers what to do to get the, you know, no cost representation. That's my purpose for coming up here. Nice to meet you, and thank you.
Likewise, likewise. I appreciate you. I mean, truthfully, they're pro bono lawyers all over, but from what I was told from a lot of fathers, that when it comes, even women, when it comes to pro bono, they be so backed up that you got to wait on the list. So by the time you get you a pro bono, it'll be too late. That's what I was told.
Why the fuck would you want a pro bono lawyer anyways in family court?
About to
I mean, I'm just
my lawyer.
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it.
My non-pro bono lawyer ain't do shit for me, so I mean, I was paying.
Oh well, what you got to lose, right? But I mean, majority of these court systems are Operation Screw Dad, you know, so ain't no way around that.
Ty City just slipped on a banana peel. What's going on?
No, that wasn't me.
I thought you was talking, didn't you? Weren't you talking and you just stopped?
No, that was Mr. Palmer talking.
Oh, okay, my bad. Somebody. Okay, finally he backed into somebody with that truck.
Let me lay out some solutions real quick.
Oh yeah. That's what I want. Yep.
Okay, so for one, what you need to do is, as soon as the baby is born, you need to establish your parental rights as a father.
Amen.
Even if the relationship is all.
No,
even if
good.
the relationship is even if the relationship is good, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to go behind the woman's back and start establishing your rights as a father. You know what I'm saying? Do not let the woman be on the offense. Don't let her jump the gun before you. You know what I'm saying? If shit start getting rocky, you need to jump ship first. You know what I'm saying? That's my solution. That's the tactic that I use, and it worked out for me. You know what I'm saying? So we so used to the woman just jumping the gun that.
Yeah, we can hear you, Palmer. Go ahead, Ty City. Yeah, we're so used to the woman jumping the gun. We're so used to the woman jumping the gun that we put ourselves on the defense, and we have to prove ourselves worthy and all the rest of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But when you flip it around, women don't know what to do, and even the courts don't really know how they can help a woman who didn't jump the gun first.
Knocking me out. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear y'all. How much did y'all hear, man?
Oh, if you was talking, we couldn't hear a damn thing.
Oh shit! Hey, well, here's the answer.
City was talking. I couldn't hear you at
all. Well, to answer the young lady's question, when it comes to a pro bono lawyer, I wouldn't recommend it because they know different. They know different from a lawyer you pay for. But what I do recommend, they have nonprofit organizations who help fathers get their equal rights. Now I don't know if it's any in Illinois, but it's a lot of them in a lot of states. You can look that up. That's what I do. That's what I do. Yeah, Facebook got it too, but that's what I recommend. Is a nonprofit organization for men to help get their equal rights. I don't know how the process go, or if you got to wait on the list or anything, but that's better than a pro bono lawyer in my book. So that's the answer that I could say when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's how I got started. The single fathers groups on YouTube showed me what paperwork I need to file, how much the fees was, and I established my my parental rights that way. You know what I'm saying? And when shit hit the fan, I had all my paperwork lined up, and she was on the defense. So
yeah.
Well, if you talking about the laws, yeah, like you say, it's organizations that tell you about the laws of child support to try to get rid of because the shit is illegal anyway. Now, if you're talking about the laws as far as child support, then yeah, it's organizations and places they get, like you say, give you the paperwork you can use to go at the judge, because the judge is not really a judge when it comes to family court. He's some type of
I took the approach. I took the approach of custody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I didn't take the child support route.
Yeah, what I'm talking about, she was asking about the father that's on child support that's pretending to be dead, so they don't have to pay child support, that's struggling and want to get off of it. It's places on Facebook and organizations, they know the actual laws to get rid of child support, but it's a learning process. You have to really be deep into it. I don't know that part about it, but I know it has worked for a lot of fathers because the shit is illegal anyway. But it's a process. So yeah, if you go on Facebook and YouTube, it's a lot of cats that talk about it and give you the paperwork and everything to get rid of child support.
All right. Damn, I forgot what other question that I was about to put out there. I had a good one on the table that I got sidetracked on. But
hey, are y'all familiar with Almond Osiris?
I am.
You are?
I'm not.
You say you're not?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, that dude.
No, I am.
That dude extreme with it. That dude extreme. He pretty much said don't pay child support, and he like got a whole legal process on how to beat child support and all the rest of it. And yeah, that dude.
Yeah, people like him. You have to go through. Yeah, people like him.
Yeah.
He's a good.
Yeah, he extreme with it. That dude is off the chain.
What somebody posted something about League of Dads. What is that? What y'all know about that?
Oh, that brother, he talks about, he's on Instagram. He's on Instagram, he on YouTube and Facebook. He actually follows my page as well. He talks about different situations. He talk about father's rights. He talk about the baby mama terrorists. He talk about a lot of other things too. I talked to him a few times. He's a good brother. Y'all should follow him as well.
Okay.
He's an old school cat.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, you'll find him easily on Facebook and Instagram. League of Dads.
Yeah. Talking about that city.
Yeah, that dude be confronting like politicians, bro.
Yeah, he do a lot. That's what I'm saying. He don't just talk about child support. He talk about various things. He's another guy that washed his hands and moved on. And he talks about that. He called out his baby mama terrorists to the fullest. Yeah, and he about in his 50s, I believe. I believe he in his 50s.
He be inviting politicians to dinner and shit. Yeah, that dude right there be on their ass. No,
he got a radio station or something like that. A TV production. He's doing his thing. Black man. He's doing his thing, living his life. He calls that stuff out
he's
too.
Serious.
Yeah.
No, he's dead serious. Yeah. Good brother.
One thing I wanted to throw out there, and we already kind of touched on this, and to some degree, I think it don't matter because even when brothers do try to get ahead of it, shit can still go wrong. But how much is it that y'all think that the problem is is that men are not just being proactive, getting in front of it. How much of that can we average into the equation as, part of the problem while the shit is what it is? Because brothers
90%.
90%.
90%. We especially as black men, we have a culture of not knowing what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, women know where the child support office is. They know where all these offices at. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have no choice, especially being young. You know what I'm saying? Your dad probably wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? When she got her mama, her auntie, her grandma, all of them know exactly where the child support office is at. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's because they was all baby mama terrorists and they go through their bloodline. They raised them to be baby mama terrorists. That's why.
Yep.
That's why. That's exactly why. So they talk, they raise, they breed, they that's in their bloodline, bro. And they pass on to their daughters, and they aunties and everybody else.
Yeah, we late to the information for like 3 or 4 generations.
Information. We be late to the information, but see, Ty City, when you say that, then that's where the woman try to come in and say, "Yup, see, it ain't that we doing something wrong. It ain't that the system is biased. Y'all just not filing paperwork."
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
See,
I mean,
when you say that is 90%, you open yourself up for them to make that bullshit.
Well, I don't think it's 90%. So I mean, to each his own. But what I'm saying is that's still no excuse for somebody to say, well, that's on you. That's why. So in other words, you saying you condone what this baby mama terrorist is doing, whether this dude know how to get around or not. See, that's what I'm saying. That's how they deflect. They don't call out what's the real or the bullshit. They're gonna call out what you should have known, what you should have did, who you should have got, and you should have picked better. That's the number one thing. Pick better. When you get their ass cornered with truth, they say, well, you should have picked better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't entertain nothing that these baby mama terrorist supporters say, because they will try to deflect and say, well, it's still on you because you didn't know no better. What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, you know my rules. As soon as you trust a woman, whatever happens after that is your fault.
Well, I don't know about that either.
They'll tell you they'll sit there and tell you they ain't shit. If you listen to them, they'll tell you they ain't shit.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, we do hear that in a lot of these conversations where they will start out saying one thing, but by the end of the conversation, they will admit that they abused the system and ultimately abused the man in that situation. they a lot of them will admit to it, and but that's
the thing, Bernard. You know, when they say you should have chose better, it's like, damn, everybody should have chose better. That what's the general consensus?
Yeah, they quick to say that but when you tell them that about a man who a piece of shit, a Pookie Ray Ray, then they want to say,
hold on, you just look. You just rolled over. Hold on, bro. Hold on. You just rolled under a bridge or drove into a ditch. I think he underwater. Hold on.
Hey, you're supposed to be inside the truck.
Hold on, I had to mute you, Mr. Palmer. You just went under a bridge or in a ditch or something. Like we couldn't hear you. Sound like he was in a fish aquarium. He was on the moon somewhere talking to us. Hey, say something right now. Give us a mic check. Oh dang, we got
two of them.
All right, say something.
Something.
Okay, there we go.
On the right one. So all right, now go ahead and start over what you were saying, because you have it out real bad.
No, I was saying the main ones that say this stuff, but when you tell them, well, you should have picked better and everything, now they say, well, I didn't know no better, lack of knowledge, and I didn't have nobody tell me or teach me. See, and that's why I say majority of these baby mama terrorists, they talk that they want equality, but they want equality with benefits for them. It's not about equality, man. It's about control and power over men. That's what it's about, and be able to play victim when needed. So and get swept on the rug when they lie about being raped and he hit me and all that jive. Because how many men in this panel can say, well, she lied and said that I beat her, so now she got a restraining order, and when they find out that she was lying, they just sweep on the rug. They just they close it out, or they get rid of it, but she don't get penalized. Why is that? Perjury, lying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They won't do that for them.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say jump the gun and start establishing a record right away as soon as you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do it when the shit is good. Don't wait till shit get bad. Yeah, don't wait when shit get bad. Do it when it's good.
That's another thing that men don't do. We drag our feet when it comes to that kind of shit.
Yep.
Establishing a record.
Make excuses.
Make
excuses. That's where I get that 90% from. How many men you know jump the gun? How many women you know jump the gun? 90% of them jump the gun.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and I think that I don't like to go deep into what's female nature and all of this shit and all of that. Put it like this. Hold on, Ty. Let me say this real quick. A woman who's being a woman she can try, and I've seen them try, but a woman typically can't really physically abuse a man. I mean, yeah, she can run at him swinging, but I mean, at the end of the day, his strength to her strength, she's like a kid. I don't give her a right to come at him swinging, but for the most part, a woman can't truly succeed in physically abusing a man, at least not like she want to. So when it comes to other forms of abuse, she's going to do exceedingly well at that because she lacks the physical ability to abuse this person. But when she wants to abuse you, she's that's why they're jumping the gun and so ahead of the game when it comes to going to get that all those legal proceedings and documentation and filing this and filing that. That's her form of abuse. The dumb ones are their form of abuse is damaging your property, bricks through the windows, slashing tires. But the smarter ones who really want to stick it to you, they go and get some legal shit on you. That's the female equivalent of the guy, backslapping a bitch. That's them being abusive. That's their form of abuse.
You know how many people get served with papers thinking that everything's sweet because they let their guard down on the woman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Here in Texas, if a woman go and get some kind of assistance, you going on child support, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the name of the game. Don't be out here expecting to play on a level playing field. Like, you have to play dirty. I'm sorry to tell y'all that. You got to get nasty, and you better get that way first.
Yes, you have to play dirty, 100%. Yep.
Yeah. Now I hear this counter argument a lot, and I know the underlying bullshit in this when they start to say something like, well, if you don't want to pay child support, and I mean, actually somebody said this entire, I think it might have been that sole provider dude that then got timed out into infinity in this chat already. The sole provider dude, I think it was him. He had said something like, if you don't want to pay child support, stop having sex with ratchet women. And I hate when that gets brought into the equation because it's true, but it's incomplete because I didn't marry a ratchet woman. For those in the chat who know, if I put my ex-wife on the phone right now and let y'all hear her talk, I think y'all was talking to Irene Yvette. Like, that's how she talk. That's how she sound. So I didn't marry a ratchet. So this stuff is not race specific. It's not ratchet specific. A woman who's mad at how the relationship ended, she's going to take whatever measures she can. Not all of them, but a good percentage of them. The baby mama's terrorist that comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, background, and socioeconomic status. So it really don't matter if you're in a relationship with a woman, married or unmarried, it fail or whatever, you're going to get faced and hit with the same bullshit, even if you are there and available as a good dad. And I know I answered the question and then answered it, but y'all can go ahead and elaborate on that because those are the counter arguments that they try to put to this whole thing. That they try to make a your dick your choice argument, but you end up in the same situation like me when I did the right thing and I married my first, and it still ended up with the bullshit. So yeah, y'all go ahead and
that's why. But see, that's why you can't entertain garbage like that because even if you do, you still get something. So that's bullshit.
Hold on, real quick. Is what I call it. Real quick. Soul Provider said that wasn't his comment. I apologize if that wasn't you. I thought it was you, but hey, I was going off memory. If that wasn't you, I apologize. Now you probably did say some bullshit that was probably worse. No, I'm just playing. No, I don't know. I don't know if it was you. I mean, say it wasn't you, it wasn't you. But anyway, y'all go ahead.
Somebody said something about establishing your rights as a father from the jump.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so here in Texas, they have what they call the SAPCR, which is a SAPCR form, right? It stands for Suit Affecting Parent-Child Relationship. And that paperwork pretty much establishes you as the father with custody. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get on a level playing field before you even start to go forward with the custody. You know what I'm saying? It costs about $400 to file that paperwork. And I could drop. Let me see. I could drop the link and stuff. But I mean, different states have different versions of this.
You said that paperwork will do what? It will establish your custody right out the gate.
Yes, it establishes it. Right. It gives you a leg to stand on before you even go to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Now, and, if anything, that's what we need to really push for and get brothers informed on, because that's it. That's like to me, that's everything right there. If we can get this thing to the point to where every time you find out that you got a woman that the woman is pregnant, because y'all could be in a happy-go-lucky relationship, go your ass down there and establish custody. That's one that goes back to, and that's where you pull your 90% from, because men aren't even taking the proactive measures of doing that. It's like we will naively think that, okay, we happy, we in a relationship, we live together, the baby born, we taking pictures, all three of us in the same outfit, shit.
And a lot of time they just don't know. A lot of time they just don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, we late to the information.
We don't know. We don't know till after the fact. Even with me, I didn't know till after the fact, bro. So I mean, lack of knowledge, that's a true saying. Lack of knowledge will kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Palmer, you just dropped something. Was that your Instagram page you just dropped in there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I try to put it in all together, but it ain't working, so I had to do it separately.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't even aware that you had an Instagram, so I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, I got a Facebook, Instagram, and now the YouTube.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I go and check out your gram page.
Oh man, it's live.
I saw some.
Hey, Bernard, I gotta finish this assignment, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and head out, bro. I'll catch y'all later, man.
All right, cool.
For sure, bro.
Yeah, thanks, Star City. I'm probably about to wrap this up really soon. I just dropped the StreamYard link in there one more time. Somebody want to come up and ask a question or make a comment or do anything like that, I give it about 5 more minutes if somebody else want to add to the conversation. Otherwise, I think we will get up out of here. But what you think while we wait to see if somebody else want to hop in here? What you think about what Ty City just talked about? The papers that we can file to establish custody. Right when soon as we find out that that she's pregnant, regardless of how happy the relationship is.
I agree because I agree because
is that available pretty much in every state that you can go and try to get that established right away? Because if you don't do that, it's going to by default go to the mom. It's going to be her baby basically if you don't do that. Correct?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead. You might be delayed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's true. It only costs like $200 to $300. And I be telling young brothers now, if you got a baby and y'all just had a baby, y'all on good terms, tell you want to go get a knowledge of paternity, go up there and shit. Most likely, since y'all in good terms, she gonna do it. That's the time to do it, not after the fact. When everything get bad, she ain't gonna do shit. But while you got her, got tickling her chin, you go up there and y'all both sign off. Yeah, tickle her chin. You get a sign off, you sign off, you good. Whether if you married, you're not married because you good. Because if you're not married, technically, they don't tell you, but in most states, well, actually in all states, if you are non-married, she got 100% sole custody, even without going to child support.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to definitely get that done. You have more rights, because even my situation, if anything happens to her, it automatically go to me. The kids go to me. It don't go to the grandmother. Don't go to the uncle and the auntie and everybody else. It goes directly to the father. So you definitely, if you on good terms with your baby mom and y'all still together, do that ASAP. And y'all not married, do that ASAP. Don't come with that "we good though" and all that shit. Believe me, do it now, so you don't have to suffer in the long run.
Yeah. I found out my mistake. Like the first time me and her, we had a little arbitration. Had to see an arbitrator.
Yeah.
I found out that because I had moved out the house and I bought the little house I live in right now. I bought a house, moved out, and then we had our first little meeting like 2 weeks later. And I found out right then and there that she told me, had I stayed in the house, this goes back to men being ignorant. And I'm sitting there ignorantly thinking, hey, all these kids born into the marriage is gonna be a slam dunk. I didn't know she'd been preparing for war, but I'm thinking it's gonna be easy. But she told me, had I stayed in that house for 2 more weeks, despite it, regardless of how much hell was in that house, had I stayed in that house for 2 more weeks and we were both living in the same house at that first hearing, she said she would have well, at least that's what she said. She said she would have automatically just gave it 50-50 because we both were still living in the same house during the divorce proceeding. She would have had to.
That, bro, I mean, most likely yes, but it depends. Most likely yes. But let me tell you, I got a brother in New York who was married. He stayed downstairs because they wouldn't get along, but they still stayed on the same household, right? He was paying child support while he was in that house. And check this out. He did not leave. The lawyer told him, stay there. You're going to get equal parenting time. And I told him, I said, bro, it ain't looking good. I don't care if you live there, if you married. And he said, no, my lawyer told me this. He told me that. And when it was all said and done, he got every other weekend.
Oh, my God.
He paid child support. He did not leave till that judge told him, go ahead and leave divorce. So he didn't just up and leave. You know what I'm saying? And he did not get equal parenting time. He paid child support. Man, every other weekend visit, bro. I'm telling you.
You see why I have to call bullshit whenever somebody says, "Oh, well, if y'all just filed the right paperwork, if y'all just got a hit of this, if y'all just did that, if you just did the
bro." That's why when they talk that shit, I tell them go fuck themselves. You obey mama tear support. I ain't trying to hear you. Because that's the bullshit.
If you just learned how to juggle and hula hoop at the same time, then everything would just work out. They just be saying bullshit. But anyway, Miss Downtown Judy Brown, thank you for the super chat. She says, Mr. Palmer, what percentage of men would you say don't show up to court and lose by default initially?
Well, here's the thing: if they don't show up to court and they lose by default, that's on them. Now, I'm not gonna sit back and make excuses. I'm not the type that's gonna say, well, since he a man, he got excuses. Now, I'm gonna call that out. If you don't show up to court and you know you're supposed to be at court and you lose all your rights and everything for whatever reason why you ain't come, you mad or you ain't trying to hit a court and the white man and all that, that's on you.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
But far as percentage, I can't say percentage. I don't know statistics, but if they don't show up to court and they choose not to be, that means they choose not to have no rights. That's how I see it. That's no different from somebody saying, I wash my hands and walk away. They say the hell with it. She get whatever she want. I don't care. Yeah. So that's how I look at it. He didn't care.
Yeah, she kind of got a hit of me on that shit because I remember, we had separated for 6 months and then I got back together. I was giving it one more try. But when we had separated for those 6 months, she had went and, even though the kids were with me, I was working third shift 7 days a week. The 16 hours that I wasn't at work, the kids was with me. So I basically was just dropping them off to her at night before I went to work. She's basically babysitting for me. That's how I looked at it. She still went down there and got the paperwork started. And because I had moved into some little apartment, but I was still, paying bills. I was paying bills at both houses because, I was being Mr. Goody Two-Shoe Good Man. Still paying bills at both houses. And I was like, all right, I can't afford this shit. So I moved into my sister's basement for a little bit. But because I moved 3 times.
You know what that means? You ain't stable. You ain't stable. He don't have no place to stay, but she can move around anywhere she wants.
But hold on. But yeah, I ain't stable because I'm still paying all her bills and my bills. But so therefore,
I wouldn't have did that.
But
I want to do that.
Listen, man. I was trying to make, because I was leaving her, so I was trying to make the whole divorce process as easy as possible for her and the kids. But
what happened?
She fucked me over. But
okay.
but this is what happened on that. Because I had moved 3 times, I don't know where the mail went. I did receive something in the mail. I wasn't even sure what it was, and I'd asked her about it. But the official thing that said something about, child support, I never received that. So I ended up missing my very first court hearing. But then so me and her ended up getting back together, and then it finally went through, and I'm like, what the hell is Chusup? I didn't know I didn't know what the hell that was and why they was taking money out my check. I figured out, and then I went and talked to her like, what the hell is this?
And she ain't bothered to tell you, oh, well, I put that letter in there, so they're gonna take child support. She let it ride.
Yeah, me and her getting back together trying to work it out, but she still ain't took the time to tell me, oh, by the way, I did this. so I got hit with that shit, but we had stayed, living together trying to work it out, and shit, it got crazy again. And then, I was like, all right, I'm done. And then that's when we went to that first hearing where I was like, okay, it should be, 50-50. And then that's what she did. It was probably some the arbitrator said some gaslighting bullshit, where she was like, well, had you not moved out, you would automatically got 50-50, which you just
that's
proved.
Not guaranteed, bro.
What you just talked about, how it wasn't
exactly.
It didn't work out like that for the other dude. But right. I did fuck up and miss that very first court date, but everything else after that, I was on point, and they still was, understanding and acknowledging that, wait a minute, these kids were all born into a marriage. He's been there from the start. He's stating that he had the kids more than her after the separation. They got back together. They just re-separated again, and all of that work that they still gave her exactly what you wanted. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. And the sad part about it is, now if you miss court date because she purposely sent it to another address wrong, I ain't talking about people like that. I'm talking about the ones that know, yeah, I gotta be there tomorrow, but I ain't going. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. But if baby mama, I know plenty of baby mama today have told me they sent it to their previous address even though they knew he didn't live there, and that's just to get the ups on them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So and it's pathetic that a baby mama Terrence would go through that full length just to sabotage the father.
Man, bro, hey, y'all get a lock on your mailbox.
Oh yeah,
because
they'll go in there, they'll mail it and take that and throw it in the garbage and everything.
Man,
you ain't gotta tell me.
Already, she done been in my mailbox before.
That's what I'm saying. Baby mama Terrence do anything they can to sabotage you, man.
She'll mail some shit to you and go retrieve it her damn self.
Sure will. She know it's there. She go in there and taking the drive off, and you don't even know nothing about no court. Next thing you know, she getting 100% sole custody. You getting $1,600, and you paying $20,000 of back child support. Man. Oh yeah, all because you didn't want to know more.
Man, shit is crazy out here. But
yeah,
man, we gonna wrap this thing up. This was a excellent interview. If you haven't already, y'all, go subscribe to Mr. Palmer's YouTube channel. I think it's called Fuck Child Support. FUCK. I got it. I put the PH on there because I don't even know the official rules. I'm still new to this. I don't even know if you can put cuss words in the title like that. So,
you can, but I think they'll demonetize. So I wouldn't. You did right.
Yeah. So yeah. Let's go ahead and make sure we show some support to him because he's about to be dropping content on YouTube. So we do want to get things going over here. He did. You was on O'Shea before, back like a year ago, right?
I was on O'Shea like a month ago.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
it was recent. It was O'Shea first. Last year I was with Minister Jap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
was my first interview with Minister Jap. Oh, then this year O'Shea, then Ty, and you. So
okay.
Anybody else want to interview me, more than welcome. So I'm down.
Yeah. So you didn't already made the rounds in this space. We just gotta get your channel jumping and popping off. But
basically, yeah.
But all right. Everybody else that's listening right now, we look like the likes and the views are finally equal, 115 to 113 with 5 down likes. That's cool. We'll take the down vote. But hey, I want to thank everybody who listened, everybody who hit the like button. I got a few new subscribers that came through. I got a shout out and salute my new Patreons, Perfect Blackness, and my man Harry Allen became a $25 Patreon. I'd like to do a special thanks and salute to y'all. Thank you to everybody who hit that Cash App and the Super Chat. I'd like to thank all your brothers and sisters who came through, even those of you who came through with a little small splash of fuckery. I don't think y'all really got out of hand today, but I didn't see all the comments. I didn't see all the comments, but what I saw, y'all wasn't out of hand today. They was just sniping y'all out there. They was tell them about the gun line.
It comes with the territory, bro. It comes with the territory.
they was crossing the gun line, boss. They was just sniping their ass out. Oh man. But all right, yeah, thanks everybody. We up out of here.
All right, now salute, bro.
Yep.